Oh, there are two Aidens. Are we sure?
I'm not.
I'm not sure that those are the same people.
8 levels, Adam.
Oh no, I think that he's saying that there's a new people, and Aiden is one of them.
Yep.
Aiden, not that boy.
No, but no, because Aiden is Batfoy. But I've seen a couple of issues where scores are going up with different names, even though it's the same person, because they'll put up a score and say, "Oh, it's Aiden," and they write it on the card. All right, if I guess they're different. All right, Chris. I'm going to take Chris. His word is gospel. If there's anybody who knows every Tetris player and what their alias is, it would be Chris. Yeah, I really don't. That was all sarcasm, Chris.
Let's take out the Metal Beast.
No, he wants to be the Metal Beast. He is not. He will insist.
Okay.
We this is a conversation that's happened before. He wants to be the Metal Beast. Or we could just
how to fit bigger names on there.
Well, you can. I'm not going to mess with it here, but you can take that. What do we have? A text kind of?
No, it has nothing to do with OBS. It's actually
it's all in Tray Vision. Yeah. Yeah, you should have. They need to have it so that the font goes automatically set to bounds, like the bounds are a fixed boundary, but then the text shrinks to bounds.
I agree.
All right. Well, we're gonna get on that.
There.
We'll submit a ticket. We'll submit a JIRA ticket.
Well, we have to take it through HR first.
I don't know that HR would have it. I think more of a feature request, but possibly.
We just have to take it through every level.
Yeah.
To the accounting department, legal.
Yeah, it has to get clearance.
Talk to corporate.
Indeed.
What is up?
What's going on, JJ? Oh, the Pixel Tech would no longer. Oh, Trey is online. Oh my God. Oh no, it's a different Trey. Phew, that was actually kind of scary. There's like Trey M. I was like, oh no, Trey's hearing us. Oh crap, we're in trouble.
Oh well, yeah. I figured that would happen, but that's fine.
Yeah, JJ's in chat right now. Oh. Feels Barrett, man.
Scores are so high.
By the way, everyone, Chris Tang is in the house. Round of applause for Tetris for Chris. Yes, exactly. That is a very nice center well. Was a very nice stuff. After being a great center well.
Lots of oohs and ohs coming over from the main stage there. Yeah, I remember so Sam on the main stage, and I remember him from the Texas qualifier, and he grinded all day. I mean, he was there as soon as we started, and he was there right to the end, and of course made it. But I mean, he was there a long time.
Heather, we're getting chirped on commentary, or in the chat saying that we're commentating this like it's golf. But if we went too animated, then they'd be like, oh, they're commentating like it's pro wrestling, man. It's like a win, you just can't look at the chat. What? I gotta tell you, you do it one way, they complain. You do it the other way, they complain too. Will you ever be happy, chat? Would anything make happy.
This is not how you come to like you.
They're spamming no in the chat right now. That's what's happening.
Oh dear God.
I
I don't know this
I
guy.
asked for this.
He just sat down. I don't know who
Fair
he
enough.
is. Grabbed the microphone. Complete stranger.
This will be my last time on commentary. Thanks, everybody.
It's been a real treat.
Oh, I think there's some movement, by the way, in the leaderboard. So Robin Vihara now is the 48th position at 647,000.
I feel like the top 5, ever since Joseph had his qualifying hour, I feel like the top 5 has not changed.
Yeah, so the top 5 have all maxed out. So Joseph is maxed out 4 times, Jonas twice,
I'm not sure.
Dan QZ twice, Corion once, and Harry Hong once.
I think Luke had moved up a bit. I can't remember if he was in 9th before, but he's there with a 9:30 now. There's Scott Obozo in 10th. What is on the board? 16th seed currently, just above the cutoff for round 0. One building just off the wall there. Boom, touchscreen on me. And see there, I thought he was going to keep going for it, but no, he's going back to the right side of this. Couple of awful pieces for Yanni.
I've been asking, so Heather, I've been asking people for some of the predictions of what's going to happen this weekend. And people have been saying we're going to see max out during play in the actual tournament itself. What do you think?
Obviously, every year the tournament goes on, the chance of that goes up, the likelihood goes up. So every year is the best chance of it happening. A lot of people were predicting that for last year, and it didn't happen. You need both players to play so well and be playing aggressively. Otherwise, whoever has the lead can pull back. You know? So it's about 2 players really going to the limit and surviving to the high of 20 levels, you know? And if you think about how they have the same piece set, in theory they have the same number of long bars, the same number of opportunities for a Tetris. And so you need 2 players really going for it. And I mean, that's a lot of words to say, sure, maybe, question mark.
It's a lot of factors, you're absolutely right. We did see, I think, we have seen a few max outs, I believe, in CTM. So there has been max outs in some sort of competition, just not necessarily live competition.
Not
here at
in the
CTWC.
worlds.
There was one match, I think it was Corion versus Joseph earlier this year in a CTM final, which is absolutely insane. I think they both broke 1.2 million or something like
So
that.
at least a 1.1. So we have Schoolmaster pass the transition.
I'm going to pass the mic over to Bidwell here so that he can continue on. The pride of Columbus, Ohio, folks. He's back.
He's back.
Thank you for wearing the Blue Jays hat, though. Very nice of you.
Welcome back, Chris. Still like you.
I don't even know.
Sam's starting the game with a horrific drought that he survives. So Sparkle in the house. Talking to Heather last night.
Adam with an alternating burn shelf situation in a stack. Trying to dig some of those out.
Did we give Adam the same shade as your things?
Arda was,
Arda was okay.
but Arda just gives shade. That's what he does.
Well, Canada's literally America's shade. It's like a hat.
It's our umbrella.
Is that right?
Tetris Rihanna is 76% Tetris rate
All right, we got a spice alert here on the side station. We'll see if we can get a qualifying score out of one of our players here.
Great decisions from Yanni there, keeping him Tetris ready and adjusting to the next piece.
We're halfway through this rental period.
Oh, bit of a drop there for Yanni.
And I'm like super close to these players, so I don't want to be too distracting.
Just high enough. 26 drop takes him out. That was a really strong start.
Five piece drop to 100 blocks. That's half of your board, so you have to burn. You can't have half of your board just sitting there waiting for touches.
Then again, there's nothing worse than burning down and then realizing you can't use that next thing or because you burned down too far. There's just no winning. The signature Yanni line tuck. It's safe to call that now. Roll a Tetris right there.
Why not?
Oh,
Scores the
Tetris for
same.
Yanni. Another drop.
Nope, he is still there.
Wow, a 30 drop there. It was still going when it topped him out. Just brutal. So hard to get into a good rhythm.
647.
Starting to
Yep.
get a couple touches in.
Yep, and of course Louis is still there, hanging on 672,
Top 16 at 890.
just about where Brodendamp is.
Home runs right now. He doesn't have a good game. Top out and go again.
It's a good point. There are people that have the last rental hour on the stations, 3 to 4. Qualifying stops at 4. And so it'll be really interesting to see if they come at it more aggressively, more conservatively. At that point, you don't expect that many shakeups in the top 20, really.
Some players strategically pick 3 o'clock. Alex Kerr is one of those.
Alex Kerr is known for his late day final game.
All right, I'll be back in a bit,
super
guys.
casual,
All right.
High 900. Oh, I wasn't sure I was gonna compete, and I thought maybe I'll try. And then, oh, I rolled max out 17. Like so casual.
I was talking to him and Dana Dana Wilcox back this year, and she was playing side game Alex.
He does get very distracted by the side games.
He was all excited for their next box.
Last year he won the Tetris effect that they put on. You see Sam just shaking his head up there. Schoolmaster shaking his head. Oh man, this job. I feel like every time I say his name, I'm so sorry.
Same with a nice clean transition. Maybe not the best score, but if you're in a position to score at later levels, you can make up ground.
Yeah, even just lining out to the kill screen gives you a fair amount of points.
A couple 100,000.
I'm not really in the right places for what he's trying to do right now.
Nerve-wracking goals over there. Look at that.
How often do you drop a line bar down and then nothing happens?
Never.
players are sitting there, they're actually looking at the rocket screen. For us, it shows the CTWC graphic. They're not just sitting there staring at that for 10 seconds. So for us, it's the HD, redrawn, beautiful, beautiful things that you can see right now. For them, they're playing on the NES, they're playing on CRTs, the original cartridge, and it's exactly what you play at home if you have this.
The line is still super long. It's about a half-hour wait between turns. So if you're playing traditionally, you've got to make every run count. It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. Top 40 has now exceeded 650,000. They're now at 657 to qualify.
And again, this is a larger bracket than last year. So for the first 8 years of the tournament was the top 32. Oh, first year was special. But for the majority of these tournaments, it's been the top 32. Last year, they opened it up to the top 40 and had a round zero for, I think, about 16 qualifiers. This year, they've upped it to 48, but round zero is now getting larger. Seeds 17 through 48 have to go battle in round zero, which starts in about 2 hours, actually. So after a day of brutal qualifying, trying to put up high-scoring games, suddenly you have to go straight into competition mode, which can be a really different mindset.
I had the eye rub. I had that problem last night.
I know last year there were several competitors who said it was really bright playing up there for extended periods, just the lights on you. I feel like they're less abrasive this year.
No, it wasn't too bad.
I won't say his name, but we have someone on the showcase.
Exceeded his previous high score though, so he's moving up the league. This is all great. Yeah, 13 lines, and you're ready to get 5 tethers, 4 tethers.
That's one.
And you're only getting 1,000 points per single line, so just go for it at this point.
I mean, you still have to survive on that.
Unfortunate line, do one more. There it is. Triple 8. I like that. Moves him into the top 16, so at the moment, he doesn't have to play this afternoon.
Things are taking to the 15th seed that might push Quaid into round zero.
Never.
I mean, that's just more Quaid for everyone to watch. That's
we
a
all
win.
win.
You know? No one wants that.
One of my favorite videos this year was Quaid's antics at the West Coast qualifier.
There was a lot of cursing.
Can't wait.
I think Yanni has gotten even closer to his TV. I looked away and I looked back, and I feel like he's moved forward. Let's see how that goes.
You see our awesome trauma models. Wait, it's Karen. Nice one, so our wait.
Now he fought through a 23 drought, and then he got pretty much back-to-back tendencies.
And this whole management is red. Crocheted stripes. Those are purple. The red stripes. The Achilles. Your hands hurt when you try to save a lot, so you see a lot of gloves, a lot of hands.
Alright, we have about 15 minutes left in this qualifying hour. The schoolmaster just wanted out of that game.
And that's why Tetris rate is such a C, because it's 80% of the top out of
Yanni looking good. I think he's feeling good. He's dealt with a lot of droughts. And maybe the tide is turning in his favor now. Nice. For second place, tennis rate is 69, as of 70.
never not funny.
So, it's Tetris ready to look the long bar with a full move, but it pays off. And again. And again. Yanni just Tetris after Tetris right now, really starting to put a nice score. And another one helps him get back down to where he can work with this stat and get it out.
Dennis was an amazing player. He had one of the more spectacular days versus Joseph last year.
So Yanni's building two off the bottom, but he is Tetris ready. Boom, Tetris for Yanni. Nice tuck. And another one.
A series of dirty Tetrises.
He's obviously playing for score, because that is the point of qualifying. But the transition is looming. It's 9 lines away right now. He's getting droughted again. Is he going to
Wow.
burn the stack down or keep playing this high? He only has 5 lines before it really increases in speed.
Right on the edge of the safe zone for 19 for a gas player.
And Yanni with a 560,000 transition. Definitely a strong score in the works right now.
And now you're going to take the triple in that situation. Another last second.
I've not looked at the top of the screen for a while.
Speaking of dirty Tetris, set up Matt has set up at a height 5.
Yanni working to keep this center well clean. And getting droughted again. Gets it. Boom, Tetris for Yanni. Schoolmaster seems displeased with what's happening. You can see that it hurt Yanni.
Last second, just
Oh,
moving.
that trouble. He lost his gas
He
on
lost his
that,
gas on that
pulling the
previous.
previous piece off the wall. ball. I just could not get the next one over.
You should be okay. That's only a few lines that you saw.
Boom, Tetris Reality.
Last second again. The sweat is starting.
Boom, Tetris Reality.
Yeah, 690, 1124 is the pace you want to be on.
He's ready. He's ready. Another drought.
There it is.
Boom, Tetris Reality. And another one.
800, that was almost with 30 lines to go. Right where you want to be.
Such aggressive building in the face of the drought right now.
There's the line. Okay. Sometimes taking risks, usually in a situation like that, after you are rewarded.
With a tricky stack right now.
Potential for two Tetris. He's working on one. Oh, he has to take that triple.
Stupid camera 2 keeps focusing on the wall.
Oh,
860. Wow.
Everyone who wins it's not better just standing on the scoreboard. His top score right now is an 894. That was an 865.
So this is the 10-minute warning.
You can see he did an average drought of 19. He had 12 droughts throughout that game.
That's a lot of droughts.
It's a bit of a suffer game for sure. So it's happening up top. Schoolmaster's about to restart. Sam's pretty fresh in this game. Cornelius waiting on the rocket.
Now we've moved up our leaderboard. It's now 660. Harris the board at number 4 position. I think the consensus was a good pickup to get 650, so we have exceeded that about an hour ago.
Schoolmaster with a series of hooks that pushes into this center well formation. Oh, a nice little Z-verse. Everyone's favorite. Classic Tetris head shake. We'll see it many times this weekend. Some Tetris are still massive. Yanni just with a bad situation says,
Kill that game.
nope.
Still get the rocket under 20,000. That's
It's like the game's sassing you when that happens.
gotta like cut out the line soon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, at like 3,
Yeah,
like the
someone will-
last person in line like won't really get a chance.
Yeah, that'll be someone's job. Not mine.
Schoolmaster under the scroll just in time for the long bar.
No. Portland at all? No, not at all. I mean, I got in here like 5 o'clock, and there was like a little thing about, I don't know, after all the festivities here. I didn't get to early come here yesterday. And then,
You missed that thing.
Boom, six right.
10 minutes walking from my house.
oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing? They're over there. Yeah. But, all your kids, I'm sure your kids are huge fans of Harry Hong and Ben Mullen.
I was trying to explain it to them.
They're like, we don't care, Dad. There's old people stuff. I'm like, it's video games, right? Kids like video games? No, not your video games. Sorry.
When my daughter first tried to play Mario, she was touching the CRT. And it's pretty abstract, the idea that you push something over here and then something happens over there.
It looks like it's about 5-0. So this is the last game. You start game now.
Commentating.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Experience.
I know. Well, I'm starting in earnest around 4:30. I guess
Mental
when
hour.
it starts. But here it's just like whoever's here. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Kind of waiting on that dinner.
Yeah, they did that order a little while ago.
That
I
was a
thought.
while. That was like around noon.
Yeah, it was a little after noon is when they did it.
Yep.
So who knows? Who knows where it's at?
We're gonna have to start eating each other.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll just the top 48 will consume the everybody else who doesn't qualify.
The Simpsons episode resort to cannibalism after like 15 minutes. So I said, I couldn't wait to eat Ned Flanders.
It'll be something like that.
Marge comes to pick him up, and it's just a pile of bones.
It'll be something like that.
I hope CTM can not burst into scenes after this.
No, I mean, I hope it certainly won't. I mean, worst case scenario, we add another tournament, or we expand middle tournament or something like that, or God forbid, add like more people to the main event. Yeah, we'll see. See how it goes.
The final hour
Yeah, I just met
qualifying.
an 800K player that lives like half an hour from here.
It's an interesting strategy. I don't know how many eventually the last hour
It's CTM Curious.
Oh, yes.
You kind of know what you need.
Yeah, I might even see if it would make sense to just like find a time to do our qualifiers together, you know?
Yeah, invite him over.
That would be really cool.
And then if you both qualify, you could, for the same tournament, you could
Yeah.
whatever. Or even if they can't stream, that was stream on your setup. Yeah. That's right. Well, maybe we need that. Kind of like Scientology, where like grow data, it's like hepatology, and people go to centers.
Well, looks like TV or die for me to go do my hour.
Oh, you got your own? No, why? You bought it.
Just apply pressure for them to have more resources.
All right, good luck.
The hour is about up. I mean, you're free to play one more game, but.
Alright, so our other players still in it.
Do you have a score? Did you have a score?
Yeah, I need a score recorded.
Yeah.
650 in. Really?
I got a pen.
Okay, great.
That's it for Yanni. So he is still, he is currently a 14 seed. He's 894.
Yeah, 894, you're barely in the top 60. You know, I just
I don't think that score is high enough to qualify.
Still in line. look now that Alexi's here. Very excited. You hear a little buzz go through the room. Exciting. You're excitedly whispering about that.
Of the stations over here, we've got a couple of more people who would have this, you know, Eris is the reason why I am here last year, right? We talked about the mysterious benefactor. That's the man right there, and he's not here himself, and said that this is the first time he's ever been out of Europe. So here you go.
Yeah, Eric's been on a really good show at the European Championship recently, so he's gotten a little competition under his belt.
Yeah, even just in the one and done stations over there, he already had built up. Yeah, he's right there on the bubble. He's right there on the bubble at 48 right
But he has an hour to sit down and put his words. Meanwhile, Rick's Schoolmaster, really transitioning a strong story. Really,
Oh, okay, so I didn't gonna wait for that. Just gonna go right down and then get a T-piece. Oh, no. He's got it all ready to go now.
Oh yeah. I need to wake up. Well, we got the food now. Still going.
She's currently your 16th seed with the 888 that you put up during this hour.
So we're still sitting, however, at looks like 10 lakhs out.
Oh my gosh, and now we have Swabar and Quaid heading into round 0 with 17th and 18th spots.
And the nice thing for Quaid, though, is that he scored that at the one and done machines over there. So I think he's coming up here in this hour.
I don't think anyone's surprised that Quaid did not sign up for a rental because he didn't realize he needed to. It's very, wait, are you up there?
Yeah, he's coming up on
Oh
the
my
screen.
God.
He's coming up on the screen right here.
I don't know how he got that station. I think he slipped someone some PBRs.
He's also really good friends with the player Hauser, right?
I've never been in the same room at the same
I
time.
just don't know if Hauser is here this weekend
I
or
saw
not.
Hauser.
Hauser, okay.
Hauser.
Already spilling.
There's just too many players.
The camera just kind of blurred on him a little bit. When it happened, it looked a little like Hauser. It's kind of interesting, you know?
Super weird. He wants us to really talk the way use our voices, but he didn't give me a PBR on the way to the stage.
That was the deal. I was there when you asked me.
He was heckling us like it's reverse heckling. Very meta.
Okay, we're gonna listen to
Oh my gosh, how did Jeff Moore get up there? Sneaky. Jeff Moore. On stage. Big smiles. Strong neck. And we also have Connor.
The second score is like held up. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Getting busy. Can eat anything.
Unfortunately, right now, the arm isn't working out very well. Tetris, there you go. Boom, Tetris. Or how I
One of my favorite things was a couple years ago, Chris Tang called the center well
There it is, another Sam runs out, probably down the middle.
So the reason I chose on the
Whenever.
Go ahead. And
then I fired up.
Sponsored by PBR. They've been handing out, getting the party started, making the commentating voices slightly louder. We appreciate their efforts and contributions.
One thing that I didn't realize about Wayne's game is how good he is at multitasking. He's like talking to us while he's playing.
He's better when he's distracted. I think a lot of touches plays, it's like that flow state. If you're too aware of your own game, you kind of lose it. As you saw every single time I mentioned someone by name, it ruined their flow.
It's all your fault.
So sorry.
So Queen's actually trying to build a normal Tetris now, but unfortunately it is kind of running into a mini drought here. There is no long bars. Finally, the 13 weeks drought for him. Oh, but he's still going to build nice.
Burke, what would you like to go by?
I just Burke is fine.
Yeah?
B-U-R-K-E.
You got it?
Yes, yeah. There you go.
Yes. Yep. So there's a station. One of these guys are the next guy that's done. There's somebody waiting before you though. Let's get in the first one.
Boom! Tetris for Jeff!
Paul, what do you want to go by?
What's up?
What do you want me to put as your name here?
Mega Retro Man is fine.
It is fine. Does that fit? Not at all, but it's fine. Oh, I even spelled it wrong. I think. Or no.
Mega Retro will be fine.
No, that's fine. If it's just
Sweet.
beyond the casing,
Nice.
but people won't complain.
And for those of you watching on Twitch right now, if you subscribe to Classic Tetris, you can have a Quaid, a Joseph, a Jonas, a Jeff, and a Harry emote to use in chat. Quaid said that he fully supports the usage of space and image alignments.
Yes.
He is on board.
This is a family stream here.
Let it out, man. Just
Not anymore.
don't be afraid.
Boom, Tetris for Quaid.
Damn.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
One last Tetris before this is all said and done. And he gets it. Boom. There's a 730. He'll move up a bit in the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's gonna get him into the top 32. Actually, no, he's actually gonna be outside the top 32. He's gonna be in 33rd with that score.
Leaderboard is stacked.
Is that right?
That's actually gonna work out well for him. He's got that forward you see there on the fourth row is the competition.
Yeah, he's just stepping it up.
Jeff dealing with some traffic there. He's approaching the transition. Really happy piece right there.
Give me the bar. Thank you.
He's got that 7 rows. You see how much he enjoys playing that way. It just it doesn't off the bottom. There you go, Quaid with the boom. Boom goes the Quaid.
Boom goes the queen.
That will forever be a thing.
Boom goes the Quaid.
Oh,
Now we need to
man.
put his face on
This
the
is
t-shirt as
really
well.
positive distraction that's helping me.
That's true.
Jeff just really pushed up that sequence.
Boom goes the Clay Tetris. He's doing really well here. Look at this. He has 660 pounds already here on level 24. And he is on a huge line. Oh, no. Good timing, good timing, good timing on that one.
He needs a PBR. He's calling for it. It's really the bat signal.
Jeff just starting a brand new game right now. Starting off with 100%
Doing Star Wars?
Oh, he is doing something.
Yeah.
He needs blue out really cleaned up nicely. You just can't wait that long for it to arrive. We were talking earlier about the difference between modern Tetris and 7-bag randomizer. In this game, you can go literally 70 pieces without getting the one piece you need.
Earlier on stream, we saw a 40-piece line drop. That was, it was brutal enough just to take somebody out almost instantaneously. There's really very little you can do about it, which is why it's so important to make sure you clean the stack as much as possible. You can't just hold out for it on that.
It's the same thing with pieces. They don't give you any extra points. They can help you clean up your stack, but there's no guarantee you're going to get it. While you're waiting,
All right.
3 rows of your stack are just tied up.
Well, we have Connor about to transition right now at a 45% clip. Boom. Only just needs one more Tetris. There we go. And transition. There we go. So at 431,000. Not at max out pace, but at least on record on pace to get a good score.
The scoring for everything on line goes up as you increase your levels. So level 24 Tetris gets more points than level 23.
Just quit doing right now.
Try again.
Boom! Tetris for Clay. There we go. Continuing his streak right now of audience participation. And here he goes. He's going to set himself a central well Tetris again. But he needs 2 line bars. Here we go. Here we go. He's set up again. And there it is. Boom! Center well Tetris. Definitely one of the players most comfortable playing with that style. And again, you know, with the 7-bag, the center well Tetris is usually very guaranteed and easy, but you know, in this version, because the randomizer is so brutal, it can be rough, but he makes it work. He makes it work. Right now, Jeff trying to clear out there, going to get a triple there, not quite a clear. There we go, that's going to be a row 2 Tetris. I'm choosing not to clear out right now. He's going to just keep it at that row 2 Tetris right now. Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
I just realized his name is BTF Jeff.
Yes.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
And boom, Tetris for Jeff. And again, he is going to keep maintaining this row 2 Tetris right now. He's not really worried about clearing out that bottom line for now. He's just trying to get the score. Tough situation right now for Jeff.
That's my best score today.
648. Nice. Not me.
What's lowest right now? 660. Oh, shit. Dude, it's all over.
You were close.
I transitioned to over 600.
Damn it. That's, oh no.
Yeah.
Topped out real quick.
Let's see. 648, 19.
Actually, we get a lot of this back. All that work, he was right there to clear that out, but it's all good. It's all good. He's got more time. 45 minutes left on this one. Meanwhile, Connor right now is, oh no, also ran into his own ball right there. Probably rotated a piece of right over, he's really looking forward to it.
You have a few more frames to notice on the 18 drop suit, but it's still a pretty small window.
Boom, just quick. Wow, first place? Yeah. Tetris? Oh my god. I think it makes him stronger. No, we didn't take this recording. We didn't take this recording. There is having a situation again where he's waiting for a reason. There we go. He starts clear out. He gets a line piece. He's gonna just get a triple. Yeah, there we go. Trying to clear out his ability. Using the right column for his square piece stack right there. But no line pieces. The 31 piece drop right now. 500 shows up. Now all of a sudden he's getting a bunch of line pieces. Right, but he doesn't need them as much.
Great transitions with 577 thousandths. One of the higher transition scores we've seen today. Okay, so I can't say good things, but I can't say bad things. It's just...
See what you did, Henry? Look at this.
You're fired.
Alright, so Connor's a little hole there in the middle, a little hole. And if you just don't get the right piece, you can't pull it out. You get nice burns here to open it up.
But every time you burn it, it's always been like the backwards piece that you need to
Yeah, it
clear out.
still puts a little weight on the problem.
Now it just goes to clear out. You see like 6. Finally got it. And there we go. Boom, tickets for Connor.
Jeff has a drop that's really pushed him off the board.
Yeah, so he's got to start.
Someone's gonna help.
There we go. Boom, tickets for Jeff. BTF Jeff. A little bit on the orange there for not being able to get the temperature further on. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup work here.
Well, it was also a 19 start.
Balance.
So that'll make it a little
Well, you can start pretty much at any level that you want to. You can start at 19 obviously you get any points. But a lot of people like to have it again start to kind of ease themselves in. Clay doesn't need such things. He's the long ride now. He's getting that drought. Look at this. There we go. Boom! Tennis for Clay.
Connor had a couple pieces there. It looks like we're going to dig at this stack.
Jeff, ready for another Tetris as well? Now he's ready for the drought.
I was about to say he must be facing a drought because he's just a little too high up the board. Not where you want to be.
Look at that. 26, 27 piece drop now. And there it is finally. But the RNG gods are just not happy.
Drought average of 22. That's it's not fun, but it's not fun. Hey!
Drought average of 19.
Nice 50%
That game.
Huh? Oh yeah, I was getting the same. saved my ass in the speed round.
Still trying to figure out that stack. Actually, he's going to do the back seat piece right there. So there we go. So now he's just ready. There's the long piece. Boom. Tetris for Harris.
No, that's bad. Come on. We're doing terrible, dude. We seem to be doing terrible together. Like, we keep the end at the same time. We're like, oh,
Nah.
I have great news.
don't worry,
I'm
you're
being
way better than me.
replaced by Chris Tang. Boom! Chris is in the house. There we go.
One tennis for everyone. Get this party started.
Welcome. I was wondering
Good to
where
see you, James Chen.
Who are you all day?
Just jobbing, buying retro games.
Ah, yeah. So, makes sense, makes sense. Here we go.
Jeff is almost Tetris ready.
Perfect timing for you to show up with Jeff on the screen right now.
Gotta clear up that well first. Is Tetris ready again? Long bar.
No, he's gonna do a little bit more cleanup, but now he just needs that long bar. But guess what?
There it is.
There it is.
And boom! Tetris for Jeff.
Yeah! There you go.
Boom! Tetris for Connor. Quaid. Boom! Tetris for Quaid.
No, that wasn't a Tetris. It was a triple. That was a triple.
Fired.
All right, we're gonna get. That's gonna start another meme, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Little cleanup job right there for
Going for it. YOLO.
No.
Oh.
No Tetris. Meanwhile, Jeff with the Tetris action right now. He needs that long bar. If he's always in it. There you go.
Oh, that's gonna move. He's the other side.
And he has to use a long bar to get himself out of that situation, but he needs another one.
There it is. Boom! Tetris for Jeff. Boom! Tetris for Connor.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Burke. Let's go. Oh my God, what happened over here?
I think Christian was
Boom! Tetris for Jeff.
Updating names.
The cameras have been trade. Boom! Tetris for Connor. And Jeff. Boom!
See, he doesn't even care about score. He wants more. It's more important that he shows up on camera.
Yesterday in Invisible Tetris, we were moving the triples since it's really hard to make a Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. And there's the Tetris ready as well. And boom, Tetris for Harris and Quaid simultaneously. I'm just going to start the game.
Looks like another. Looks like Jeff is waiting for the center world Tetris, and there it is.
Tetris for Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Harris. Harris is going to hit one of the
Whoa.
others soon. You'll see a kill screen.
We blow a record or something.
If you can get another Tetris,
The house lights have gone down.
less up on the bubble right now. Right now, that's exactly.
Boom, Tetris for Harris. 650,000.
He's gonna up the score a little bit.
Spooktober.
Yeah, all the lights have gone down.
Oh, shit.
Still level 28. He's 5 away from kill screen here. He's gonna set up the well. Yeah, he's gonna set one up. It's looking good so far. Ooh. One more line. There it is.
That's gonna move up to 37th place.
Yeah, in this hour, you know, airport changes are pretty significant.
Yeah.
Being stressful.
And you know, it's crazy to have 720 put you in 37th place. I mean, that was an amazing play. There we go. Great job.
Looks like our Twitch stream just died. Hopefully, we can get that squared away.
All right, so I guess the main Twitch feed has died. So you're going to have to tune in here and watch these people. So we got Mega Retro Man and Burke. It'll come back. That's okay. Yeah, hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, there were too many booms. It blew a fuse.
There it is. Boom. And boom, Tetris for Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Eris. Connor's going to get one that soon, right there.
Oh, lucky long bar for Mega Retro Man, so... Oh no, Mega Retro Man. Oh no! Oh no.
We're working on the stream right now.
Still alive? No. Alright, moral victory. There you go.
Well, all kinds of things are happening, and you're not seeing them because you're tuned into this. But no big scores, just kind of dazzling feats and high wire active Tetris. The stream is back. Go ahead and refresh your stream. The real stream is back.
I think you guys lost the end of Eris' last run. He got up to 720, so he got himself to 37th place.
Yeah.
Some leaderboard change there.
Yeah, he did not end up kill screening, I don't think.
Well, Eris was in 48, so he just moved up and dropped the 47th.
So Jim is now in. Cool. Leaderboard will be updated soon.
Yeah, this is the last hour of qualifying, and there is still a line out the door. I mean, I don't think that just the number of people who are interested in this thing, but maybe not sort of on the radar in the competitive scene, just kind of showing up, putting in qualifying attempts. And it's interesting in the leaderboard, you're seeing that there are, just a handful of 900 pluses. And then there's a big chunk of players who are like in the 800s. Let me go take a look so we can comment. So, yeah, there's a big chunk of players in this like 700 to 800 range. And I think it's because you can go through the qualifying line. From what I hear, now I wasn't here, but from what I hear, you would get back in line and you would be waiting 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes for another shot. So what's happening now is people are making one attempt, getting back in line, and waiting like an hour for another attempt. So I don't think people are getting the number of attempts that they were getting in previous years. So you're having just a fat middle here, but just a handful, a relative handful of 900 plus scores. So really interesting dynamic here happening with the qualifying situation here. So. So yeah, the qualifying hours happen more or less on the hour, so players will have like an hour for their rental station, and so pretty much every hour there's a new set of qualifiers, except this is the last hour of qualifying. We've got, I think, 14 rental stations right now, and they may have commandeered a few of the other stations to be rental stations, so we'll see. But I mean, honestly, they could double the number of Nintendos here, and there might not still be enough. So
Jeff's got a really good max out piece for this game, so let's keep up his score.
Hey, Robin. What's up? Hey.
Something happened where there was a guy in my station for 10 minutes during my hour.
Yeah.
So Vince told me to take that one.
Okay.
I'll set a timer for 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's get forward.
You okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Just do your best. Well, good. Now the cut score is 110 points higher than last year. Yeah. So I think, and what about somebody look up for me, like the top 10, like how many 900 pluses were last year? Because right now there are 11. And I feel like that's low.
Gotta get one more up. So he's there. Boom, Tetris ready. Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Nice cover. Well, still on the strong pace right now.
He's still at max out pace. Still has yet to get a max out, but this could be it. Yep. Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
66%. That's looking good, looking strong so far.
Ooh. And Connor pops out.
Connor's not going to be able to continue to go on the pass level 21 right now. Finishes with 84.64.
Jeff looking to up his score here.
And already has a strong score, like I mentioned, already in the top 8.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff. We just heard that Terry Purcell has maxed out. And
Oh, all right.
Our 7th player to max out.
That's our 11th max out this year, so that means we surpassed last year's max out total during qualifications. It was 10 last year.
No, I feel like there are more attendees than expected because they're not everybody is on, sort of on the radar. There are people who are just sitting at home watching Boom Tetris for Jeff, watching Joseph. Maybe they happen across some other crappy tournament that happens on Twitch, and they get interested, they start practicing, and they're like, oh, I'm going to show up. And then, all of a sudden, you've got the middle all gummed up with these 800, 700K players. So, yeah, all right, looks like Schoolmaster, we'll have to play a round zero match. I talked to him online. He was online. He might still be. He preferred, obviously players definitely prefer not to have to play a round zero match. The skill levels are a lot closer this year, so there's a lot more volatility in any given match, Even just between, the 1 seed and the 48 seed. I mean, it's only a 300-something K difference in the qualifying score. Well, not if you count the max outs, but, a low seed could take a game or two, a game, hopefully not two, but could take a 2 off of a higher seed. So there's just a lot more volatility in the brackets. And if you're, the 17th seed... If you're the 17th seed, you qualified with an 877, you're playing somebody that, you scored about 200K more than. So there's a lot, skill level, a lot more compressed. What was now, let's see, 400, the 40 was how many people made it last year, right? So we're looking at pretty much 700K to get the top 40. Yeah, so there should be now, once the brackets are updated, there should be about 12 900Kers.
There was a 26 drought right there for Quaid. He finally got the Texas boom.
Boom, Tetris for Quaid. Boom, Tetris for Harris.
Boom, Tetris for Quaid.
If you look over in the kind of qualifying line stations, you can see Svavar still trying to get some last-second attempts. Sharky trying to get some last-minute improvement. Brodendamp is over there. I think that's Patrick N. Club Soda with Lime, so those of you who are on Twitch, Club Soda with Lime has been on for a long time on Twitch.
I'm not sure how much
Don't know if WMD 88 I see just put in an attempt. I don't know if he's made it or not, but there's Chad Muse. There you go. Robin is getting some last-minute attempts in here, trying to get back on the leaderboard. So, I wasn't here last year, but my understanding is that there's a lot of a different energy here because I guess it was in the main hall last year. So with all the chaos and the cavernous audio quality of the main hall, and here they've got their own room. So on the one hand, you don't have just kind of people, passers-by, right, who are happening upon this thing. But on the other hand, I mean, it's just a lot better. It's a little bit less chaotic, so maybe it's a better experience for the players. So, round 0 matchup potential: Quaid versus Brodendamp. I mean, you can tell right there. I mean, that is not a gimme for Quaid, right? I mean, so anybody who has a round 0 matchup has a little bit to worry about.
Yeah, because it's just top 32. So even if you were 32, then you would be then you still have to compete.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the top 16 are guaranteed to not have to play a round 0 today, but then the bottom 32, if you're in the bottom 32, you have to make it. So, all right, so we got decent pace here from Mega Retro Man, and Burke is hoping for a lot of stuff to happen here after 80 lines.
Okay, he's starting to burn down. Good time to do it. See if he can keep his Tetris rate over 60.
And I guess I'm really self-conscious just trying to, talk about. That's why I'm talking about generalities, and like the players are like right next to me trying to qualify. I think during the games, you feel it's a little bit different because, hey, you're in a professional sporting event, and you're an athlete like these guys are, you're going to have to, this is what you're going to have to deal with. But during qualifying, I don't want to be like right next to somebody all up in their face talking about what they're doing while they're doing it. And really, who am I to say what somebody should or shouldn't be doing, really? They're like 1,000 times better than me, is for sure, so. All right, this is a spicy pace for Mega Retro Man. Oh, Burke with the long bar. I don't know. Am I allowed to say boom? I guess I'm allowed to say boom now. I don't say boom on my own stream, but...
Boom is controversial.
Well, I mean, I don't say it. Like on my Classic Tetris Monthly stream, I don't say it. And yeah, Burke just kind of hanging on too long. Burke. He's holding out for a hero. Bang is mine. That's right.
Jeff's in trouble. Get the long bar. Oh.
A little micro adjustment for Mega Retro Man. It's really surreal. If you're at home watching all this, I strongly encourage you to come out to this thing next year. It's so fun to just meet all these people you really only know from YouTube videos or from Twitch, and then all of a sudden you're putting like a real life personality with that person, and it's awesome. So you definitely, I can attest, you should come out to this thing.
Using that versatility, making those Tetrises, doesn't matter which column it is, you can do it.
Oh, nice. All right, JJ's. All right, we got one sign up here on the bandwagon. JJ's coming out.
Very strong game for Quaid here. Could this be it? Can I get serious? Oh! All right, he's gonna have to dig a little bit. No, it's not too bad. They might develop that center well. We'll see.
I don't think he's actually going to
Meh.
Is he like pointed?
Ever the showman.
There's something coming. Center ball developing slightly. Happen. Oh, there it is. That's a good one. Nice juicy center ball. There's the long bar.
Meh.
Oh.
It is not 30-piece drop right now. 30,
Oh my god.
Covered it up. I open up
He's been
again.
doing such a great job cleaning right now, but the game just does not want to help him with this.
44.
There's a 40-piece drop.
Man.
That was the highest round.
Whatever it takes. The crowd just went wild. Another real moment is right.
That's the about it too. He's going to clean this up. He's going to set up another center roll.
Demolished by that drought, but very admirable play. It's a very strong game. He's up to 700K. So.
All right, so Mega Retro Man in the zone right now. Oh, nice Tetris here for Paul. I would love one more here.
Quaid is in round 0 currently, right?
He is. What has he got? Well, he's
17.
He's what is it?
I think he's at 17.
What's his seed?
Let's check it.
The merciful long bar is what Paul's in need of right now. Burning down, hoping to get that one last Tetris.
42. 45.
40s. Wow, yeah.
He almost just tied
Paul,
Quaid.
yeah, tied Quaid for the longest drought here. 7-14 and another Tetris for Paul. So let's see what he can do with these last 30 lines here. Board not in a great state, but if he can burn this down and score a little bit more, that would give him some breathing room. Oh, and he's going to hang a piece on the left side, and he's not going to be able to get it over. So maybe some push-down points here on 19, but yeah, so Paul looks like big sigh of relief from Paul. Very good. Yeah.
Quaid just got moved up to 18.
Oh, Quaid is in 18 now. So yeah, so that should put you safely in at least the top 48. So
Excellent. You got it jotted down. We're good.
yeah, let me get it. 754 285.
Yes.
Yeah, 754 285. Don't forget that. 750. We got it.
285.
Got it.
Yep.
Let's just go ahead and start a new game.
Are you going as Mega Retro Man there, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're good. Keep going, man.
They've got about
What does that put him at?
You go ahead and run this up. My my bracket bitch duties call. I'll be back.
Thank you, sir.
It's so early though, quick, would you mind? But I'm just wondering if this is a situation where he just wants to start again, or he's going to keep going. Yep, there he goes. Cleans up the field.
Dang it.
And he's going to get another one too if he can get a long one coming up soon. There it is.
Yeah. 4. Wow.
He's still going with it. Still has the perfect Tetris record right now. He's going to get another one.
5 back.
6 right there. Yeah. No, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And it's fine.
How many people are watching now?
There's right now at 59% rate on his game.
82% after breaking back-to-back streak. Good. Wade at 60%. Boom, that is Wade. That's like 59. That's ready.
Yeah, just a couple of unfortunate pieces right there. The Jeff had a Quade new hole. I'm sorry, for Quade, actually. But he's got himself a 8-column Tetris right now. There it is. And again, as typical, he's going to keep maintaining that center well Tetris.
Boom, Tetris for Harris. 63%, doing pretty good there too. Wade.
And sometimes it can be kind of manual because it always gives you that common spot to throw those S and Z pieces on if he has on the right 2 columns for Quade.
Players on max out pace here.
Continuing to strong game. He's still at 84% right now.
Another strong game from Jeff. One to watch. Keeping up that score. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. 86%.
Transition right now.
Yeah.
Final game.
What'd you got?
740-603.
Good game, dude.
Puts him at 33.
All right, that should be safe.
This is it, he says. This is the one.
Nice job, Rob. Thanks.
Is this the one? Is this the one? Quietly on a max out pace right now. He's about to transition. He's got a 64% Tetris rate. And here we go.
Transition for Harris.
Adjustment right there. There's this, the transition. He's got a clean transition.
Right, opting to keep his weight really low.
I'm doing terrible.
Set up for a template. No, take that out now. Will be set up again. So now,
Boom,
Tetris.
Tetris for Harris. Still on max out pace.
Strong right now. I don't know if that was one too many. We did not mean that. I thought that was on the edge.
Jeff Williams says, "Gotcha here."
Doing a good job cleaning up right now. And now just looking for the piece that he's going the right side. There it goes. They still can't get the Tetris. Just off the go for the triple instead. Has he gotten the other Tetris since he's transitioned? It's gonna hurt him a little bit. He's still in there. You know what? Surviving is more important. So he's
Jeff has to do some high digging to go back over the rock and let's go up to the Jeff.
has not been able to get the Tetris. We need something to throw over there on the left side. Ooh. No, not gonna happen.
Reset.
Strong game. Great run there, but unfortunately at the end there just could not maintain it.
So Jeff's game is still pretty strong. He had to deal with some digging. His Tetris rate's still on max out pace though.
At level 20 right now.
Ready? Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Now he's get something over there on that.
That must be Josh Tolles. Yeah, that's definitely Josh. Well, it's from the sound of things, unofficial reports, but Josh Tolles seems to have maxed out. So there you go, another max out. Josh Tolles. So
What? He's just still yelling.
That would be Matt Martin is the guy on the leaderboard. So I don't think he was able to improve upon his Southern qualifier scores. So Matt Martin is in 27th. Oh no, well, I'm wondering. I don't know exactly how the. I don't know if you improve if you get your qualifying score from the qualifier or not. But all right, so forget everything I just said. I don't know the rules, but he is. Yeah, Spider Waffle hoping for Tyler P. to show up. I think you're going to be waiting a long time for that. Yeah, Southern was Matt Martin, so he's currently, at least on the leaderboard that I'm seeing right now, 27th. So.
You see all 4 of the players on the screen right now have just started brand new games. So if these games go well, this might be their last game of these blocks.
Oh, I see.
We are at 12 max outs total. Last year, 10 was really hot, and that was the record. I'm not sure. In my head, I just think there was a fight that broke out back there or something.
Yeah, almost certainly that wasn't the real Tyler. I think you can put in whatever you want as your name.
So we matched the number of players who maxed out. We surpassed the number of max outs.
8 max out players now, so.
13 max outs total, 7 players. Last year it was 10 max outs.
Oh, Burke.
With, 7 players.
I was trying.
So we need to get another person in there.
It's all right, you still got time.
One more max out.
And Mega Retroman on a spicy pace here. Bang, long bar. All right, that's right. You got to go Hulk mode. Tetris for Fabrice mode. You got to go. No, yeah, the name on that is not, because you don't have to stream to play Nestris 99. You're just logged into the software and it picks up your game data from the software. And then it redraws it on the other end. But that's a little inside, maybe general audience. But the real OGs are on this channel. All the bandwagon people, they're on the main channel. The real OGs keeping it real here on Classic Tetris 2. Oh, Mega Retro. There we go. So, yeah, it's going to be the last game for the people on the main station. And looks like it's going to be, what are we at here? Yeah, 3:53 local time. Well, yeah, the No Nextbox tournament is, I don't believe it was streamed. It's a research experiment, and, basically as an inducement to take part, they're offering $450 for the highest score. So it's not really a tournament per se. I took part in it, and I was awful, which is weird because, I'm usually actually surprisingly okay at No Nextbox. Yeah, it's more of a contest. All right, so Mega Retro trying to top his previous best here for a better position. It's a pretty good pace, set up and bang at Tetris for Mega Retro. No, there was a speed. I don't think they have a speed run. They're still doing no next box over there. The speed run is actually a CTWC thing, and that was last night. So there should be a VOD. I forget whether it was here or Classic Tetris 2, but there should be a VOD for that. Do you want me to spoil it? I mean, are there any spoilers? Everybody's watching. Oh, Mega Retro Man. All right, so he's got a score and some time. How's it going, Adam? Here, I'll be right back. Yeah. Calm down there, Maestro. This is Side Station. There's all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't need to be privy to. Hey, Robin. Yeah, have a seat. Well, let's look who it is, everybody.
Hello.
It is Robin Mahara. Hey, Robin. What's going on?
So I qualified my last possible game. I was
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, you were out, and now you're in.
My alarm went off, and I didn't have my alarm set to vibrate, so I felt like it was disturbing the people around me. And I was like, okay, this is it. And I managed to squeak out a 740.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It was nerve-wracking. It was actually scary to realize I've qualified 9 years out of 9. It's like, oh my God, am I out? Out?
Nope. But it was a high probability. I mean, wow. Well, this isn't really max outable, but hopefully we'll get a good score here.
Crowd's going crazy.
It's all good. I believe in it. Not going to be a Tetris, but
Yeah, we're all watching main stage stuff. We're on the side station. We should be watching side station stuff.
Okay, so Tessie get a game that's
in? Yeah. Paul should be in. So Paul should be in probably around 33, 35, somewhere in there.
Okay.
With a 760.
Yeah.
So somewhere in there. I mean, scores. I was talking about earlier. There don't seem to be as many above 900 scores as I was anticipating.
Yeah.
I think it's because players are getting fewer attempts.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Going through the line, it's like, what is it? Were you standing in line?
35 minutes. Probably.
35 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas in previous years, what?
10
minutes. So not as many attempts.
And that's a huge difference. It's not like it's just a little slower. And I didn't anticipate this.
Yeah.
I have a lot of ideas how we can make it better next year, but
more TVs.
It is what it is.
Online qualifiers.
I mean, we could have used some of the space yesterday for rentals.
For qualifying, no doubt. Or, regional qualifiers and using those scores that they get in those conditions and just using those scores.
Yeah.
And regional qualifiers.
I guess D'Lo's not in, and the regional that he was in, he scored 800 like his first 2 games.
Yeah.
He came here, and I don't think he's broken 6. He's saying something's weird about the 19 movement. I don't know. He's
conspiracy theories abound. So I didn't even notice that D'Lo not in.
I know,
but there were going to be some surprising people who didn't make it this year.
True, and I was.
You were almost
that. Be one of them.
Yeah. I mean, really surprising that you've been in 9 years in a row is what I think probably the surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy for quite a few. I literally practiced less than a week most years. Last 2.
Yeah.
I don't even have my Nintendo out.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I always got beat in the first round, but I like to get my little cartridge, and
get in there. You're part of it,
right?
Yeah. Now it's a lot more work.
Yeah, like now, that fear that got put into me, I feel like next year I'm actually going to train for at least 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. Humble brag right there. I might train for 3 weeks.
Well, just to qualify. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever not play round 0.
Yeah.
Unless I get like a broken leg and I have to just sit there for a year.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping. So, who are the max out people? It's
so
obviously.
There were, I want to say 7. They keep saying one more than there really were. I think there are 7 max out players right now. I could be wrong, but no. So I think this is last. That's last game there.
Last game.
So. So at last game, Paul's got a spicy pace here.
Yeah, he is. Tessie is one of these guys that came in as a brown belt, and he was an NWC trainer, really good at push down stuff.
Yeah.
As we saw yesterday when he beat me by half a second.
That's right.
But he's one of the guys I kind of felt like I took him under my wing a little, and now he's far better than me a year later. That happens a lot in this contest.
And really, he only has one gear. He's played in Classic Hunters Monthly. He is balls to the wall the whole time, aggro all the way out. So
he's a super competitor. Him and Packy, I always kind of put together, and they're just live for the competition.
Yeah. Board getting a little difficult here. And then a little dash issue there. And that's going to be at 660, but he's going to be in.
I got 660 all again. I'm in this.
So that is it for qualifying, except for any games in progress right now. Go, sort of in the qualifying area. There's one game left on the main stage, and people are just finishing their last game, and that's going to be it. So we're going to figure out this bracket situation, finalize that, and it's going to be a mad rush of just organizing people. They're going to throw matches over here sort of on the fly. And this is all going to come together real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this for a little bit. It's going to be private, secret conversations here, so you can't be privy to them. So anyway, we'll see you in a bit, Robin. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, take care. We are not done. So that was the qualifying period. We're gonna have matches on both channels. Okay, we're gonna have matches on the Classic Tetris and Classic Tetris 2. The main stage will obviously be on Classic Tetris, and then we have side station matches over here. And they're just going to kind of put the spicier matchups over on main event, and we'll get some other matchups over on the side station here. And I have no idea which ones are going to be. They're just going to throw people over here, and we're going to do it. Hey, Lana.
You're 5 minutes late for your match. You will forfeit your match. So don't be late. Be in the area because we are randomized the order that we're calling up the matches. So you have to be here at 4:30. Chris Bidwell will call you to the main stage.
Now there are a few people still putting in last-minute qualifiers that maybe on the end of their games, because these brackets still could change a little bit, I think. Well, no, I think everyone's done now. I can't tell. We still have people sitting over there.
Potentially that guy's still going.
Yeah. Possibly Packy's still going. There's some other, rando guy that I don't know. I'm sure he's not. To him, he's not a rando. To him, he's a person. But to me, he's some guy that I've never seen before. So I guess rando is a matter of your perspective. But anyway, so there possibly could be. Yeah.
I'm the Mr. Valor.
Oh, Mr. Valor. The Mr. Valor.
Yeah.
Now, is it important that the is in there? Like, if I said Mr. Valor, you wouldn't even look around? Like,
because you're clearly talking to a different.
Yeah, there's clearly another Mr. Valor. So did you, how did you do?
Well, you recorded my 650.
Oh, that was you. That's
what? 20K?
Oh, no.
Yep.
Shoot. So you might be the bubble boy.
Yeah. Like last year, 525 cut off?
Yeah.
650?
No.
Yeah.
Well, who even knows what it's going to be next year? Like, there's no way of knowing. So.
I started playing in the middle of April, so by next year I think I'll be a lot better.
Yeah. Well, you would hope, but I haven't improved in like 18 months. So, But then
there's definitely a ceiling.
Yeah. I have a very low one.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's.
I mean, just a couple weeks ago I hit 900. So
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm inconsistent, but
Yeah.
I have time to get better on that.
Yeah.
This is super hype though.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, they have this giant room which I guess I didn't have in years before, and there's not going to be enough room to handle these people. So this is a crazy environment. Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be matches over here, and then there's going to be side station matches. I think they might do 4 at a time over there and 2 over here. So, yeah.
And then you'll be doing it on your CTM channel.
Well, Classic Tetris 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Classic Tetris 2.
Got it. And then they've got Classic Tetris 1.
Well, Classic Tetris
Right.
blank. Yes. Classic Tetris nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, more people hear your audio though, right? Because they'll be piping that audio.
Yeah, they'll be piping this audio throughout the thing, and then I'll be like, "Hey, everybody."
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
Yeah, but
Like, what are you gonna do?
we'll try hard not to compete. But I don't know. We could get some spicy matches over here. There are a lot of crazy. I mean, if you look at that bracket, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. But like, sometimes they won't see it in anything.
That thing didn't exist. That thing didn't exist 4 days ago. I made that in a spreadsheet. That's in a Google Doc. So it's weird. It was on my computer and now it's up there. So, hey, what's up? Okay. So I guess I'm putting them in. I don't really know the procedure for this. I don't do anything technical.
Is that where they've got
The seeds. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
And now, as far as the judge, I gotta throw a talk. I'll be right back. We're gonna keep this mic hot, so might hear some secret conversations, but feel free to turn it off. I gotta go ask something about the judging, so I'll be right back. See ya.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
I'll see you on your way.
Is ready.
So
in LA, there's several Taiwanese restaurants, Szechuan restaurants, dude, especially the Szechuan restaurants. Delicious. And sometimes my friend only orders eggplant, some of the green beans, just the way they do that, right? There's no meat. Beyond delicious. I don't know what they do, but it's like extra level flavor.
Yeah, it is like, it's not hard to make good Italian. But, you know what's crazy? Yesterday, Burgerville, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, they have like a weird bean burger. And I got it. So good. Yeah, it's like a burger with like this. Yeah. It was so good.
Oh, you know what they...
It's not at all like a regular burger.
You know what's probably close to that? Did it taste fermented? Also, you gotta give us something close to body.
It was like, I don't know what kind I haven't had. It was like a soybean, like beef kind of thing. But it was really good. I was worried, but I was just like taking a chance on it. So either that or just like, I asked for a bunch of extra fries.
I have two friends who are vegan, and you know, whenever we go out and hang out, you know, we can't just eat anywhere. So, you know, trying to do them a solid, we usually have them decide where they want to go. So this is one restaurant they go to. It's called Loving Hut. All vegan, nothing meat based.
Well, that's not really.
I don't know the plan, I just thought in my head. Are we recording locally, or are we just assuming the stream bot is going to pick up all the stuff for 32? Like, I don't know how
Yesterday they were recording though. Yeah. So we should probably do that.
Okay. I don't know if I want to be the one to make that call. You guys are the technical crew, so...
I'll look at the space and like see how much storage there is. There's plenty of storage.
Yeah. I mean, we're only going to be here probably 2.5 to 3 hours, so that shouldn't be a long.
Yeah, I'll just roll on it because you know, worst case scenario they can just delete it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's cool to like pick a place, but you can't pick a place that's like all vegan for your non-vegan friends.
Here's the thing. I'm a serious food. If it's an experience I've never had, I will try it. Yeah. So, a lot of their dishes were pro-Asian.
Okay.
So I picked one of the spiciest sauces, right? I love tofu. Labo tofu, just, you know, miso, like, it doesn't matter. Like, so if it's done right, I don't care. Spicy as hell.
I like don't like it. I feel like I like don't like it. Now, I went to one place that had like really good fried tofu, and that I was like, okay, that's pretty good. But like, I would have rather just have like really good.
You know what tofu?
Yeah, I know.
No, given if all you do is just toss it in there and then just like cook it, yeah, it tastes like grass. It tastes like grass. That's not how you do it.
I'm not the biggest fan of most of that texture. Like, that's why I kind of like the fried. So like, I just don't like that kind of like.
I see. Dude, I'm serious.
Okay.
I can eat the seafood. There's also this type of Asian fungus. It's called black fungus. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Love it. It's squishy. It's chewy.
Well, it's like squishy things.
Well, here, let me see.
Yeah, I like mashed potatoes. A lot of people don't like that. Mashed potatoes. A lot of people don't like it. I don't know. They say they don't like it because like they don't like the texture.
Hey. Here we go. That's what it looks like.
That's interesting.
It's squishy, it's gooey, it's chewy, it's delicious.
Do they just have it like normal?
Yeah, and they usually come in dehydrated like that. Okay. So you just introduce it to some like broth or something. I mean, I don't really toss it when I see this.
It's like something that'd be like good on like coffee. Oh yeah.
I just had steak, but I eat everything else.
I was like eating like so much, so I'm gonna like just go vegetarian on the week. And then like, and I was doing that for a while. And then I just like a couple months ago, I was like, try it out for like a month. And after like a few months,
Okay, if you ever allow yourself a cheat day or so, this is the most delicious tofu dish I've ever had. Ever. It's a Szechuan style tofu dish called mapo tofu. Mapo tofu, or in Japanese they call it mapo. In Chinese it's mapo tofu. It looks good. So it's either made with smoked ground beef or ground pork. However, there's a very it's made with soy and then crunchy. So it's with broth, and the broth is done with like bean leaves, I think it's called goji, sashimi lime, other spices. This is Szechuan peppercorn. That's what starts to numb your tongue as you eat it. So this numbs your tongue as you eat it.
I got a note right here.
So it's a Szechuan dish. It's called, there's two ways to spell it. M-A-P-O, D-O-F-U. The other way to spell it is mapo with a P, so M-A-P-O. And then T-O-F-U. Best tofu dish I've ever had.
I'm really gonna try
This
to
is
try
super
it.
Chinese. If you talk to a Chinese about this, they don't.
This is like their hot dog.
This is their comfort food. It is 421.
Any minute now. The garbage I've been taking things to is just like the
Because I
general.
was going to take this out anyway.
Okay, great.
I'll be right back. This chair open?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to take it.
What? All right, everyone. Let's see. We are about to start round 0 here in a little under 10 minutes. They're going to be on the main stage and the side stage. So if you're watching, then be sure to tune in to both Classic Tetris and Classic Tetris 2 on Twitch, just so you can get everyone in the that is in round 0.
So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned and make sure you tweet it all out on social media. Let everybody know that some top-level Tetris action is going to start right after this break. Thank you so much for joining us.
I think you almost had it. I think it's leaderboards, but spelled correctly.
Hi.
Hey.
I don't know if we've officially met. I'm Heather.
I don't think so. Christian.
Christian, it's nice to meet you.
Me
I'm
too.
doing the commentary for the side
Perfect.
station, I think, with Keith.
Nice. It's everything's already going and it's up.
Cool.
so-
Are you going to be sitting here with us and making sure that it works?
I will be sitting over here with you guys, and I'll be
Excellent.
adjusting the cameras.
Excellent. As much as we stream all the time, I don't know how this one works. It's
This-
got all this fancy stuff, you know?
I know it malfunctions so easily.
Yeah. Like, especially if I touch it. Nice. Put him under this table really quickly.
Where?
Don't mind me. Yeah. This is chaos.
There's a lot of people here,
Yeah,
especially now. It's getting packed.
dude. There's so many players
I know.
freaking in round zero. Like last year,
There
the
is a
round
lot of
zero was
people.
like a smaller spread.
It was. I'm trying to think. It was just like 16 people, right?
Yeah, it was way smaller. And it was like the cutoff scores were lower, so they weren't
Yeah.
really like the top players. The cutoff is nuts.
I mean,
this year.
it's insane to see some of the people that are in round zero.
Freaking like
Quaid.
top players, man. Chris Brady, Stacy's good. Schoolmaster, frick. They're like max out players in round zero. All right, so this is Closet Tetris 2, right?
Yes. Lars, bottom of the bracket.
Frick.
It's crazy out there.
I agree. Alex Kerr.
Hello, I can see you.
Oh,
I can. I can.
I was just wondering if this is. Alright, cool.
We are live.
Oh God.
Sweet.
And the cutoff is Ben Mullen. That's you have to be better than Ben Mullen to not play in round zero.
I haven't seen him yet.
I need access to the scoreboard because I have.
Oh.
I need permission to edit.
No, I have no idea where he is.
Is it on there by any chance? Can you hit a share button and put my email address in it?
Yeah, let me see. That's not the Excel one.
It's probably a Google Doc, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's like a Google spreadsheet. I don't think it's on here. There's this spreadsheet. Cool.
The control block?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. We're not gonna Hillary do it
It works the same as last night, I take it.
So yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. If you'll be copying over anything in gray, don't touch it. As each match resolves, just move the copy or type the seed number over. You'll see it's really intuitive. The seed number and the name, it will automatically populate through all the brackets. But yeah, I'll send it. If you have any questions, just.
No, and then you're supposed to just basically say side station open or somebody wins or whatever, and then I'll send somebody to here.
Yes.
'Cause I'm the
Yep.
traffic director.
Yep.
All right.
That's exactly right. How's it going?
All right, how are you?
Good, hanging in there.
This is
Frantic.
a lot.
And it's a lot of bodies.
really.
in a small space.
It's actually like a larger space than before, but it feels smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe because there are walls.
All right, so don't say anything super controversial because this is a hot mic.
Late.
Hot mic.
All I say is controversial things.
All right, so anyway, the password for twitch.tv/classic Tetris. Oh, wait.
Is password. Oh, shoot.
Damn it. All right, so let's, what time do we actually have? Oh my God, a minute.
It's 4:29.
Oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I have to share this to Bidwell. The control doc. All right, let's duplicate that.
And actually, if we could mod me here, just in case.
You're not already?
No, because this is 2.
Oh, on 2.
I'm
All
a
right.
mod and an editor on the main.
Yes. All right,
This is the
let me do this so
The
Chris can
deuce
do
on
that.
The deuce. I don't even know what match we're getting. Bidwell's like calling them out and just assigning them sections.
Yeah. It's just going to all happen on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bookstore G. Oh, I mean, what? I mean, let's go to the bookstore G. What?
I prefer the other bookstore.
Yeah.
Personally.
Bookstore
in the spreadsheet.
H. Yes, indeed. All right, so that's going to Bidwell. All right, let's not say any more bookstore stuff.
Reminder that.
I'm kind of disappointed I won't get a chance to go to Powell's this year. I wanted to go to Powell's. I've never been to Portland.
What time are you flying home?
It's a Monday, like noon. So we could like go
Technically, you could go super hungover in the morning.
Yes, that's
the
true.
best way to shop for books.
Yes, indeed. Who knows what I'll come home with?
Everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just kick you. My bad.
Yeah, well, it's typical. Let's see. All right, so
They actually have a really great deal. If you buy a certain amount of books, there's like a flat rate shipping fee that they'll do.
Oh,
so in the
that's
past,
nice.
I've gone there and gotten like 15 books, and then you go home like a week later and show up.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, so we have this. We have our Tray Vision. We have our OBS where we'll be watching. We'll update names here. You've done all this
Wins
before.
and losses.
Yes.
Cool. I theoretically have player profiles. The
Yeah.
thing is that they're here by email.
Oh, yes.
So if their email isn't exactly indicative of who they are,
Yeah.
I'm not going to necessarily be able to pull it up that quickly.
All right, so you are serious producer.
I sure am.
So we're going to mod you.
Sweet.
All right. Mod serious producer. I have added, and I'm going to mod just like some randos. Just some internet randos. Who else should be modded? Well, really, that's it. Like you and me.
That's all we need.
Well, yeah, that's it. We're gonna be managing a channel together. Oh, I feel like this is a step forward in our relationship.
It's like I just met you, but we're already in battle together.
Yes, indeed. All right, so who else should I mod? Who's good? Who's around?
Who's around? It should be people that aren't here. Everyone here is distracted.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Who should I mod? Well, I'm gonna mod Lana. Lana's reliable.
There you go.
And I don't know if he's watching, but I'm gonna mod Tagamech, all my CTM mods.
That seems accurate.
Yeah.
Seems fitting.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's it. Just don't do anything in the channel. People, we don't have time to deal with this.
Yeah, full disclosure, I very rarely do timeouts. I'm mostly just banned.
Yeah.
So be wonderful. Be delightful. Be the great human I know you can be. And everything will be gorgeous.
Nice. All right. So who else? I mean, Lana's pretty much the world's best mod. Like, she has been... I don't even run CTM anymore. She just does everything, along with Louie.
Well, that's handy.
I know, it's nice. But I get all the credit, which I enjoy.
That's
so.
extra handy.
And I get to be all self-deprecating. Oh, no, I don't know.
There's
It
so many
sucks.
people, and they help. And
Yeah.
we should change the stream title to
Yes.
Round Zero
Yes.
Side Station?
Round Zero Side Station.
Right.
Sounds like a hipster event space.
Round station table 2.
Perfect. Round
Okay.
table, zero
Round
station.
zero.
Round table of nights.
Wait.
Side Station. Do I need to capitalize Side Station? I mean, do you want to call it like, hey, man, this is a great side
I
station?
think it should be capitalized.
All right.
It's like an official title.
All right.
That's how that works.
There it is.
Noise. We're playing Tetris. That is correct.
How do you feel? You've been relegated to this
What do you
paltry
mean relegated? I
to
love the side station.
fan dweller duty. I mean, come on.
I mean, I really am here just to make sure you don't screw up. They're like,
Yes.
Heather, we really need your help. We got this guy.
Yeah.
He's like a mess.
Yep. How do you know me so well? Perfect. All right.
Side station needs an intercom too.
All right, this is somebody's water. Is this your water?
It's your water now.
Thank you. Is this your hot mic? No, we're live. Yeah.
You are live?
We are live.
What would you want to talk about?
Yeah. Spicy rumors flying about who's dating who has done what in
So
room
I guess
H.
we should clear the names for now just because we don't have anyone.
We
And
don't.
This is misleading.
Yeah. You're better at this than I am, so let's
I
see.
can't hear
We're just going to say
anything.
boom, Tetris. And that's going to be good for now. Now, yeah, so do you know about the protocol for this?
No, what's that?
All right, I guess when the side station is open and there's a little thing, I can go side
Results?
station open, and then they'll send someone over,
okay.
and then I can say Buko 1, and that's it. And that will go out over the PA.
Okay.
So that's the only things I'm supposed to say. They don't want any cheeky repartee or anything like that. So.
Got it. I'm going to keep kicking you, and I'm so sorry.
No, I'm kind of. I mean, I have to go to a specific website to find that anyway, so it's like I'm getting a freebie.
Oh my God. Yikes.
Yikes, right.
Yikes. Yikes counter 1.
Yes, where's the yikes counter, everybody?
This is the largest space that we have had here at the CTWC.
Oh boy. All right, so we got a Yeti. That's cool.
Dorian Whitlock going Super Saiyan right here in front of us, looking for Vince.
Are they talking about Alexi?
The minimum score to even get into round 0 was over 672,000. Definitely a record. Shattered last year's record.
We had no idea what it was going to be. People were waiting half an hour more in line to play.
So these are the official championship cartridges.
Yep.
You guys can't see it, but on the title screen it says Classic, and then it says Tetris. World Championship 2019. I'm actually going to take a picture.
No, do it. Yes, Instagram that.
I'm not going to Instagram it because I'm terrible at
Yeah,
Instagram.
no.
I'm just going to have this picture and never use it.
I believe these are trade secrets you're giving away here.
You have, look at the right side of that bracket. You have Corion, you have Yanni, you have
Oh, I forgot I would be on camera. Frick. Ah, frick. Okay.
Hey, I don't even know what I'm applauding for. Let's do it. I'm assuming I don't have to say side station open the first time.
Did Trey talk to you about running ads?
No,
I don't know if we need to run ads on this station or not.
he has not talked to me about that at all.
I think it's just the name, but we'll see if they'll right back.
We are live for round 0 on twitch.tv/Classic Tetris.
Oh my God.
Chris Bidwell, my partner, round of applause for this
What's up, Mo? Once these games start, we won't engage with chat as much because we just won't be able to. But for now, let's hang out, guys.
Yeah.
Let's hang.
today. So, by the way, speaking of max outs, there has been 12 total max outs in qualification alone. 7 people, Chris, have maxed out here. I mean, we are setting records, and we haven't even gotten to round 0 yet.
1/3 of those max outs by a reigning champion. He is in that house.
One of the storylines that it's a big one coming into this tournament is the fact that Joseph's victory, which you could really call the single greatest tournament. No offense, Jonas. Tournament performance in CTWC history anniversary, beating the favorite, beating Jonas, beating pretty much everyone there was to beat en route to becoming champion. And he inspired so many people in his age group to pick up the game and grind it for a year. And many of them
Thanks,
are here
Smithers.
today
It's all you guys.
The OGs are on Classic Tetris too. It looks like it. I don't know where they pulled me off the street.
That was the nail by the last one. I got bumped to 37 in the last possible moment.
Well, thank goodness you just made it in. You know, I mean, oof.
Playing Jake's Dynasty would be a huge challenge, but
Yeah, he's a tough competitor, but I think you can go toe to toe.
Since the beginning, many of them have been here for several years. We have the fresh faces. Qualification, it was a long lineup wrapping around the building. It was upwards of 45 minutes.
So do you know every competitor in the bracket?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you know every competitor
No.
in the bracket?
Or maybe I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at names and faces. And now that there are like multiple names, some people have a screen name and a real life name.
Yeah.
And then it's like, cool, 2 things I'm not going to remember. Great.
I never thought I would have 2 names, you know, that I would have to like answer to. Let's see. So yes, yeah. I don't know this guy.
Up on stage, we have Mega Retro Man versus Michael de Guzman. We have Matt Martin versus Eric.
Ooh, Matt Martin.
And up on the side stage, we have SQR versus Ethan.
Oh my God, I know these guys. Oh my, Ethan's right here. It's like he knew.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get choose your weapon. Yeah, you're here first. You get first choice, I guess. Is he in the shot? Hold on. You are not in the shot. Dorian's in the shot, but that's okay.
So we'll have Eris versus
All right,
Jake
so-
up on stage because they switched the stuff on me. Professionalism. Blame it on me. Sorry. You have a good way to finish, but Mega Retro Man, Michael, okay, and then SQR versus Ethan over the side stage. So thank you.
I'm going to point this at you. Make sure you're not commentating on that. Commentate on this. Otherwise, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a pro. I mean, she's done this
Super
a
weird.
million
I'll only do it
times.
like 6 times. It's fine. This is SQR. Oh, he already has headphones on. I was going to ask Ethan if he filled out a player profile because I'm not seeing one.
No, Ethan's going to do the bare minimum. So,
But
you know,
he's F symbols.
Yeah.
I just can't remember if there's an underscore.
Like
is the
F
thing.
symbols run so deep that he's like, you're asking me to type symbols into a document? F these symbols.
Symbols.
Yes.
And SQR from Japan. We're going to let him have a little bit of warm up.
How are you going to be sitting right there? Sitting like
We're all friends now, folks. We are all friends in this room and watching online. Thank you very much for writing in the chat as well.
F underscore
You love,
symbols.
Like you said, you love being in line, talking with the members of the community. But as you watch, you know, the records that have been set qualification, how would you compare this pool of talent here
Get that ready.
versus previous years? This is not going to
Yeah, I feel like now is Ethan like 10 miles away, or is he just really small?
He is back pretty far, actually.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because his TV is also actually further back.
Yeah.
So SQR is closer to the table and his TV is closer to him. So it's like a double close
Yeah.
and then a double distance.
Maybe he's cold, and the TV's just a source of warmth.
Mhm.
You know, he's Japan.
Trying to get that CRT heat, as they
Wow.
never say.
Yeah, that is the first time anyone has ever. But I think they should be saying it more now. I mean, that's anything you say can and will be made into a meme.
Yes.
The round zero, the crowd is already bigger than
So we have
last year. It's crazy.
their names in. Perfect.
Yeah, can you? Thank you.
building that we are in. The champ this year, Joseph Staley, he's watching.
We're just making sure our setup is looking good. Ethan's getting his music ready. He's going to be playing with headphones.
Yeah, just make sure their heads are even, like their eye lines should be about the same.
At the bottom left of your screen, Eris.
You can make them smaller.
I'm afraid, so I'm just gonna. No, I can. But it's just that the handles are off screen, so I don't want to mess with it too much. You know what? We're gonna say good enough is good enough. What do you say?
What were we thinking of doing?
Well,
If you want their hands on the screen, I can make their hands right so.
well, no, I don't want their hands on screen. It's just their, one's like I am SQR, and then I'm Ethan. So it's like
just the framing.
Yeah, like. Did we learn anything from the Nixon-Kennedy debates at all?
No.
No.
Framing is key.
Indeed.
I believe they've started on the main stage.
You guys ready? Yes. Okay, let's do this together.
That's good.
Tetris!
Love it.
They hosted a
Maybe I'll move it over a little.
Wait, is it not same piece set?
Huh? Or all of our regular stops in terms of the qualifiers. Some of these competitors, Chris, that are here today earned their right to be here.
They started with different.
It's a throwback to the 1998 World Championship. Where your qualifier, you come out here and you compete on the big stage. So are we about to start here? What do we got? We got warm up still? Everything's counting down. I love it. Turn on the side.
It's a difference of press down points right now, 37.
We got Sean back there helping out today, doing a great job.
Hey guys, we have to cut off your game.
Yeah, and actually we had a, false start. We were trying to figure out the piece sets.
You have totally different piece sets.
And the whole point is to have the same piece sets.
As a competitor,
To be fair, they were within 1 point of each other for a minute there. 50-17 and 50-16. Just a little extra warm-up. To get the tournament carts working, they have to do kind of a different start screen. And ready. Restart. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris! And we're off with round 0. We have SQR from Japan. We have Ethan from, I think California. I don't have his player profile in front of me.
Yeah.
He's on Twitch as F Symbols, so you may know him from Twitch.
F underscore.
That's why I paused. F Symbols.
And we don't mean we're trying to underscore symbols. There's an underscore between F and symbols. All right, so both players about to get to 10 lines. No Tetrises yet, so.
SQR's set up. He's a little deeper into this drought, but he gets through it with a boom Tetris for SQR.
And this seed's starting off with a little bit of a drought for both players, so.
Yeah, there's something really satisfying about getting that first Tetris, seeing your screen flash. Oh, and we have the extra digit at the front of the score, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
This has happened before.
Okay. We'll get this fixed.
I believe the point difference is correct.
Just add a 0.
Add a 0 to the end of that score line.
No, the point difference is not correct.
Oh, it's not?
Well, yeah, you added 0 to.
Yeah.
Have you had to deal with this before? Maybe there's
I didn't
a setting.
fix it.
Okay.
So SQR trying to dig out. He has to put some weight on that problem on his way to the solution.
Yeah, this should be.
He opens it up just in time, knocks down a Tetris. Ethan fires right back.
There it is. Well, that's for him. And then this is for him.
Boom, Tetris for SQR.
I'm just going in and clicking buttons.
Seems fine. Ethan with a classic Tetris head shake, but he knocks down a Tetris. Really close game right now.
I wish I had my necks. We have a neck graphic, and it has necks, and I want to spam my
Just
neck graphic.
visualize necks.
Yeah, visualize the necks here because they are happening. And we're already 50 lines deep. How did that happen?
Time flies when you're having Tetris fun. Oh, an unfortunate square for Ethan. Just kind of had to chuck it somewhere.
One little Nino on top of his, that little gap right on the right side is actually kind of tough to deal with. But opens it up like a pro, and bang, boom, I'm sorry, boom.
You can bang, I can boom. All types are welcome here. SQR playing so clean, so consistent. The Japanese contingent of SQR, Corian, and Green Tea arrived earlier than usual. They flew in and got here Wednesday in an attempt to fight the jet lag that has plagued them in the past. And so far, it seems to be working.
This is like real reporting you're doing right here. Like, this is like you've gathered information.
I gather.
I did no such thing.
My pockets are chock full of information.
Like little scribbled notes. Right, Ethan with a center dirty Tetris well.
If he had gotten a long bar, it would have been the perfect transfer back to the the right side. And he waited as long as he could, and you saw the head shake when he had to abandon the plan. SQR is a pretty commanding lead at this point, although he's dealing with some traffic of his own.
Yeah, nice long bar. He's going to enjoy that. Tetris well, and now waiting, and long bar, and boom, Tetris for SQR.
So Ethan has these holes to try to clean up. Oh, that is a nice sequence of pieces to really help him out there.
And he would love a long bar right now.
Another square. The story of this game is just the square coming right when Ethan has no spot for it. Oh boy.
And this line dependency on the left side is going to be fatal, and yeah, there's not going to be anything you can do about that.
So that's game one to SQR. We'll give him a hand and a heart.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, and where did there's that. Oh, it's beautiful.
Give him one
win.
As they figure out the next game for the piece sequence.
Somehow between the two of us, we have figured this out.
Mostly you. I just sat here and smiled.
You did it really well.
So a nice 57% Tetris rate for SQR. You can see the same drought total average and everything because it's the same piece set.
All right, we're going to start the next one.
All right.
3, 2,
1, Tetris! Game 2, off and running. Same decisions up until that point.
A best of 3 is so brutal. I mean, it can happen in the blink of an eye where, hey, my God, I made it to round 0, and all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, you're not in the tournament anymore.
What's amazing about the best of 3, and honestly, it can happen with the best of 5, it can still come down to one game. And I love the brutality of the single elimination. This is already an incredibly long tournament. And honestly, making it double elim would be more time than the expo hall is open.
Yeah, no, we don't need that.
All right, so Ethan finally gets the right piece to tuck in there. He's Tetris ready. SQR still waiting on something to build it out. Finally gets that. Oh, and Ethan, head shaking, but he opens it up in time. See a little screen look from him. He's got the headphones on and also can't hear the commentators.
See, that's like pro strats right there. That's the last thing you want to hear is us droning on into the microphone, describing 2 seconds later what you just did.
Yeah. Boom, Tetris for Ethan. Set up again. Boom, Tetris for SQR. And Ethan fires back. Pretty small difference between the two. Just back and forth. Obviously, people are pretty hyped on Tetris all over the room right now.
Yeah. Something happened. I don't know what.
Because of his pressing down, SQR is a little ahead of Ethan. And so he's getting deeper into the droughts before they really start to develop for Ethan.
Yeah, SQR being really smart about that line dependency. A lot of players treat that almost like it's a Tetris well and try to keep that open waiting for the long bar, but you can chop that down piece by piece.
Yeah. You kind of use the wrong piece to eventually solve it with enough time.
Yep.
And you can see he's practically back, and there it is. Meanwhile, Ethan's got a couple holes in his stack he's trying to get down to.
Ooh, and that long bar over the right side is just adding 4 more lines that he's going to have to burn down until he gets Tetris ready.
It's so brutal when you have to just keep putting weight on top of the hole in your stack. Finally gets to that next level.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
There's the L.
See, and again, SQR into this drought already. There it starts showing up for Ethan. They do not have the drought counters on their screen. They are seeing just the classic Tetris display on the CRT. They don't have all these extra graphics and information that you guys are seeing. So they might sense that they're in a
Right.
drought,
They have
but
no way of really knowing.
unless they're literally counting the time between pieces, they don't know how long these droughts are. And it's hard to just glance at an opponent's screen and know that they're in a drought.
Yep. It's about a 3 Tetris lead here for SQR. And yeah, just, well, about 5 lines ahead. Not super far ahead. But a few pushdown points for SQR. And you can tell that new people, how do you know there are pushdown points? The ones digit is incremented. That's the only way to increment it, by pushing down.
If you press down consistently on level 18, it can turn into maybe a few thousand points, which honestly could have been the difference in a few games in the past. So you might hear press down strats from certain players being, a factor.
But yeah, I think somebody did the calculation. Of course, everyone's going to do the calculation because there's always somebody doing a calculation.
Someone's always going to do the math.
So I think if you press down every piece, maximum press down point, it's like 5,500
But that's like ideal, perfect situation,
Yeah.
totally maximized.
Yep.
All right, so SQR maintaining that lead, still of about 60, 70,000 points. Ethan gets a nice, hopeful sequence. Now SQR trying to get to that and unlocks it. And now he's running into this drought. Nice adjustment for that next piece there.
And yeah, Ethan doesn't know it, but he's about to run into that. Which is, one of the advantages of playing behind a little bit. But of course, how do you know that?
Right.
You can't peek over and see that numbers.
I mean, the real advantage to not pressing down is just it gives you a little extra time to think about your decisions, maybe adjust your decision based on the next piece. And if your opponent tops out, you know what score you need to chase down, and you might have extra time to do it.
You hear it a lot that that's an advantage, but a lot of players it kind of backfires. It's not an advantage.
To be fair, a lot of competitors will say the most distracting thing that can happen is your opponent topping out. So it's an advantage, but also that could ruin your game.
That's right. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yes. So SQR really opening up a lead here. He's up 145,000 points.
And 4 lines away from
approaching transition. And Ethan really in a pickle up there. Just piling stuff there, but he unlocks as well.
I would love a long bar heading into transition here, and gets
boom!
it.
Transition Tetris for Ethan.
And another Tetris.
One.
So, but down by about 100,000 points. Tetris is here on level 19. We're
and
24,000.
SQR just goes one space too far.
No.
Run into it. What was that, a 21 drought?
Yep.
So Ethan chasing down another 100,000 points.
Almost exactly.
Boom, Tetris for Ethan.
Yep.
This potential elimination game if Ethan cannot pull this out. And now SQR just has to sit and watch. So this is that 21 drought that we just saw SQR kind of fall into. And now we're seeing that it was well beyond a 21.
All right, so Ethan about a Tetris and a half. Well, actually, exactly a Tetris and a half.
Yeah, so the points scale up as you increase through the levels, even though the drop speed is consistent until level 29. From 19 to 29, it's the same drop speed. But as you go through the levels, you'll start getting more points for every clear, whether it's a single, double, triple, or Tetris.
And yeah, within one Tetris now is Ethan.
A slight misdrop.
Still low enough to be manageable, though. You don't have to go into panic mode yet, but it's definitely a concern.
Okay, timely line. Gets that.
And just needs 15,000 points.
Oh no.
Oh no.
he just can't quite.
Oh, that's going to do it.
And
There's
then-
nothing Ethan can do here. He's going to
That's
top
it.
out. And
So that's it.
SQR.
We have our first winner
That's the heart.
of the side station. SQR advances. F for F symbols. GG's.
That means we have Slavar and Mataya over on the side stage.
All right, so they're already sending someone over.
Perfect.
Who did they say they were?
Svavar
Svavar, okay.
and Mataya?
Mataya, got it.
What's side station open?
Yeah, they're already sending
Right now, and now let's see if Michael can pull it out here. Now we will see.
You have the bracket?
Yeah, so we're going to do, this was, what game was this?
Oh, sorry, I meant like the bracket.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to, there's a link, if you scroll down you can see the, but it might not update until you refresh it. So this is, oh, somebody already did it. Hillary already did it. Perfect.
Svavar Mataya Fornaciero.
It sounds like he could be from Albacete.
Oh my gosh. 4,900.
Chaos on the main stage. Chaos.
It was Svavar and Mataya. M-A-T-T-I-A. And, no, they're here.
Oh, okay. We
Where's
need Svavar.
We need Svavar. Svavar!
Svavar! To the side station! Svavar!
Wow.
Can we get Svavar to the side station, please?
Nice.
Side station, please.
That was great. Great voice work.
Up on stage. Next up, Wade versus Lars.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
All right, so Mataya's over here. It's M-A-T-T-I-A, is that right?
M-A-T-T-I-A. Mataya? Where's Svavar?
Should I call him again? Okay.
Give it like 30 bucks.
Okay.
gets the triple S Chris. Still over halfway on the transition to level 19.
Obviously don't see it. We're on Svavar watch. I'm gonna try to Facebook message him. These international people tend to use Facebook chat, I've noticed.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, you coming?
Yep.
Okay, we got Svavar.
Svavar has been found.
Big relief.
We send big black vans out to capture him from the sidewalk.
Oh, was
and
it
he's
David?
here.
David may have gone and procured him. What a pal.
All right, let's undo the hearts. Loss. And I guess I can reset to logo, can I not?
Oh no, reset to logo to something different, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, I thought it was supposed to put the logo over both of those.
Oh.
That's what Trade said a million years ago, but
Well.
who knows? We're going to leave well enough alone.
Yes, you fixed it, which is great.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
it's kind of the vibe here on
Be
Classic
grateful
Tetris 2 is, well, leave well enough alone, it's good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah, that's what we strive for.
Good is good enough.
All right, let's come in on Spavar here. Yeah, I'm moving that. I'm just trying to get him. All right, that's operating.
All right, guys, we're going to start over here on the side stage. We've got Spavar versus Mattia. And we're going to start in
Rainy.
3, 2, 1.
Tetris! Speedy. So Mattia actually got a little extra warm-up time because we couldn't find Spavar for a few minutes. I haven't seen Mattia play before. I've seen a lot of Spavar. He's your current defending, repeat European champion. Of course, that is on the PAL version of NES Tetris. And boom, Tetris for Spavar.
I feel like Mattia is one of those people that he has a screen name. We would know it if we heard it, but we have no idea who it is.
It's a little raucous in this room. It's hard for us to speak with the competitors, even though we're kind of next to them. And yeah, the fact that Spavar is in round 0 just shows how intense the competition is this year.
Yeah.
I keep saying it's nuts because, my God, round 0. Look at how many top players are in round 0. Mattia is a max-out player, I'm reading. And he managed to clean up his board pretty quickly there.
Spavar ready for a Tetris and bang Tetris. They have the same exact score for like a brief second, which I love.
It's always beautiful.
Yeah.
Simul score? That's not how that works.
That's not a thing. Ooh,
little
Mattia.
extra shift there for Mattia, followed by another one.
Yep.
But gets the Tetris. Ooh, and then that square. Mattia doing a little bit of cleanup work right now. Spavar trying to get Tetris ready. Just never quite the right pieces. And you'll see this from Spavar a lot, that kind of clean up, keep yourself in the game, maybe even burn it down below Tetris level. And I mean, he honestly wasn't even Tetris ready, so keep your stack safe, stay in the game.
Yeah.
You can't get points if you're dead, you know?
You know, I think in years past it was possible for the higher seeds to sort of kind of feel out the lower seeds and maybe give up a little pace just to see what they were capable of and if you're going to get a low top out. But I don't think you can do that this year.
This is a killer bracket, start to finish. We have 2 max-out players in round 0 right now facing each other. Oh, Mattia with a few awkward drops. He can see those elevated clears, though, and clean up his board pretty quickly. Spavar going for the tuck and then using the next piece to get Tetris ready. He saw that there wasn't a long bar coming that he needed to be prepared for. And Mattia is now ready and waiting.
I gotta be honest, my attention span is like, I want to see, oh my God, something happened over there. I'm gonna look over there.
What a crowd.
Wow.
Gotta love it. You see neither of these players using headphones.
No. I feel like I would be. I feel like I want to tune the world out.
I think the sound would still come through.
Yeah.
So you might as well embrace the chaos.
You might have a point there. That's another of the slogans here on Classic Tetris 2. Embrace the chaos.
Embrace the slogans, really.
Indeed. Any slogan indicating disorder and chaos pretty much fits Classic Tetris 2.
Mm-hmm. So Spavar with about a 2 Tetris lead right now. Nice and clean. Mattia, though, trying to close the gap. You can see some players have a bit of competition nerves. It's potentially their first time playing in front of people, knowing that this many people are watching their game, weighing in on their game, judging their game.
Yeah, and some of them 3 feet away.
And Spavar just so consistent, keeping it on the right side. See Mattia going for the center. Well, he's ready, and he gets it. Party down the middle.
Beautiful.
And it looks like he's going to stick with it for right now.
Both players are DAS players. I can see that peeking over to the left, and neither of them pushing down. So this is kind of a very traditional way of playing Tetris.
A little bit old school, you could say.
A little old school.
I like it. I understand it.
yeah.
Nice adjustment for the square from Mattia there.
And it's pretty darn close. I mean, Svavar is
just the missed tuck from Mattia there with that T.
Right. So that's going to cost him a little pace. You know, he was catching up to Svavar, but that's going to slow him down a bit
he's closing
more.
the gap. Kind of an up and down game for Mattia. You see, like, he kind of settles into a rhythm and then just has an awkward shift and loses it again.
So back within about a Tetris, a little bit over.
Yeah, still a pretty close game. Svavar has been playing pretty conservatively, not taking a ton of risks.
The only reason we're allowed to use it is because it appeared on the Jeopardy, that's why.
It's also tricky for some of these more veteran players that have been competing for longer. There are these new players, they might not know how they play. So it's a bit of a feeling out period.
So both players trying to set their stacks up for the transition. Svavar with a great looking Tetris well with a double well over the top, exactly what you want. And Mattia with a little bit more of a complicated situation going into transition.
Yeah, little cheesy board there. Svavar transitions with a 467. It's a strong pace, especially in tournament.
Game number 2 underway between Lars and Quaid up top.
And I feel like he had a drought kind of approaching the transition and now another one right after it. And that's what's taking down Mattia. And game 1 for Svavar.
Give that man his heart.
It's always tough if you don't get the long bars before and after the transition to stay in it. Especially with that speed increase.
That's true. What you just said was a true statement.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was very good.
I try not to lie about Tetris because someone will catch me.
That's true.
Like playing blackjack without knowing the 0 could be 52.
I like the old, to determine the seed. There's no like the electronic gizmo that randomizes what. It's a guy with like a D8 die.
It's actually pretty nice the way they go through the rounds with it to guarantee that people don't get repeat games. So it's for as old school with the dice, it's still very clever. So yeah, Svavar from Iceland, but currently living in Copenhagen. So he's extra international.
I feel like that's everybody in Europe, though. It's like, well, I lived in Hungary for a few years.
But then I went to, and then now I live in.
That's every single European I've ever met in my entire life.
Is that how we are with like states?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Game 2 of Svavar and Mattia. You see very different placements of the opening pieces from these players. Sometimes you see the exact same moves, and sometimes it immediately looks like different boards. They both get set up, and boom, pretty much simul-Tetris. So both able to convert that first long bar. And then you'll see Mattia take the lead. He just got set up a little bit more efficiently for that next one.
Right, so Mattia with the little line dependency there, but he gets the line, he's low. Oh,
Svavar
no.
fires back.
He does not use the line to fill in that line dependency, and then he ends up covering it with the block.
Is he building a Tetris there? Trying to go maybe a bit more aggressive in this match. We saw him go to the center wall in the first game.
That was an interesting series of placements, but he wasn't that far behind Svavar, so I'm wondering what is motivating that. Or maybe just didn't see it.
There are some players that might feel more comfortable on 18 speed and might be... The game plan could be to play more aggressively here and hope that the transition kind of hangs on to their lead. So Svavar gets set up. Mattia gets the right piece to tuck in there. That was helpful. Ooh, interesting sequence. Oh no! He just had the Z over a bit too far, brought it back, but then wasn't ready for the next piece. Yeah. He might be able to save this. If he
that's
gets...
a great piece.
Oh god, but then he has to get... Can he get another? Oh,
All right. So I
the
think-
dig?
Wow.
Can he dig this situation back down?
Count right now for Chris.
These clutch decisions. When you're up at the top of the screen, you have so little time to make a decision and make it work.
So I think he's out of the danger zone now. It just needs one L or J, and there it is. And he's going to clear down almost all the way.
That one got
to the
my heart
bottom.
racing.
I know. But what you saw is, there's a lot of these kind of newer strats, right? They're obviously
Boom, dirty Tetris.
having a burn chamber over your Tetris well is one thing. Being able to hyper tap the piece to the left is another burn chamber. But what a lot of the new style is these kind of really elaborate tuck setups, like nested tuck
kind
setups.
of overhangs. You can slide pieces underneath.
But then planning like 4 or 5 overhangs ahead.
Yeah. You can end up with a bit of a totem pole, and you're trying to slide all these pieces in there. It can get a little too complicated. So Mattia maintaining the lead for a little bit, but Svalbard takes it back. Ooh, unfortunate piece there for Mattia. Takes a few burns away from him. So Svalbard maintaining that one Tetris lead.
Clean boards. But Quain has, like you said,
Now, you saw in Europe, right? People love neck and neck, but here nobody's shouting neck and neck. There's
Not
very
yet.
respectful.
Give it time.
Probably not a lot of alcohol in this building either. So yeah.
Give it time.
right near the bottom as they restart their
All right,
field.
so back and forth. He takes it back. You can see Svalbard glance over every once in a while, kind of get a score check. There are more aggressive ways to build so that you're not burning a line to get Tetris ready. I think Svalbard's thought is that at this level, he might not need to do that and play that aggressively and risk that much. See a bit of a drought here. Comes out of it with a Tetris. That always feels good.
Chris's Tetris ready. Stacy's Tetris ready.
And now you see Mattia trying to unlock that left side.
But still within half a Tetris of Svalbard. So
This is where Svalbard could really make a difference. Those moments when Mattia is kind of trying to open something up. Oh, T-spin? Oh.
I wouldn't be able to resist, but I would fail.
Oh no, just misdropped the L right there.
Coming up, guys.
Level 28 for both of them.
Kill the kill spree!
Svalbard with another screen look, checking scores. Oh no.
Oh no.
Holy. Too hype, guys. Too hype.
So now we have a deserved final game.
It's going to game 3 on the main stage, whatever that means for you guys. And here, Svalbard opening up a 70,000 point lead. Mattia knocks down a dirty Tetris.
And set up for another one.
Alex
And there it is. And Tetris
Transition. That was, I think, a 380,000 point transition for Mattia. He's working with some holes at the bottom of his stack there, trying to dig down to it.
He's still low, and he's got material on the left already, so he should be in good shape.
Not sure if he was going for the spin there.
Yeah. Definitely some interesting placements for Mattia.
It's always
Placement
fun
pieces.
seeing a player that's new to you and you have no idea what their play style is yet. And you realize there are so many different ways to play this game. Svalbard opening up a 6-digit lead now, 100,000 point lead. Sorry. Mattia with a nice tuck.
It's almost like calling this round 0 as this lead, as if this level of competition would be lesser. That's absolutely not the case.
Do they know mainstream is down?
We are getting world-class Tetris classic Tetris competition already.
Svalbard maintains that lead and takes the game. GG's to these players. Great work.
they seem to know. Like we were supposed to do this little
I know.
sneaky little
it's
announcement.
amazing
Like
that they
Sparrow
know
won.
how these matches go, but they don't know that their own stream is down. They have certain priorities.
We've got Joey Parker versus Trick Harrison.
Ooh, Joey versus Trey to face
Oh
Chad.
my god.
So that's like super old school, old man, grizzled man
Hey,
setup.
be nice.
Oh, sorry. Well, I am in that demographic,
Oh my
so
God.
I'm allowed to say it.
To your match. Okay. Because Trey has to do some tech stuff. Okay.
All right.
If you want to warm up, you can.
All right. They know we need a different
And
matchup.
sadly, Trey has to fix the stream, so he can't come play quite yet.
Thanks, Trey. We love you.
Okay. No. I need a new matchup, so I guess I'll just tell them that.
Whoa. Oh.
Holy lights.
Well,
Hey, get Mark Mayer and David LeBron in side stage.
Okay, they got it.
Okay. Who are we getting?
It was Dave Legendre. Like legend with an R-E at the end. Like the legend of real estate. Are you in real estate?
I'm not.
You should be, because you're...
I totally didn't catch who you were earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, it didn't click with me.
No, it's okay. It's probably better that it didn't. And who are you matched up against? Oh, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
All right.
Our German
well, I guess
qualifier champion. David and Mark.
M-A-R-C.
And last name? M-A-I-E.
Stacey's awfully high. She's going to need some more.
We really need to swoop.
Next up on stage, we've got Nescard versus Adubai.
David with an interesting strat. He took his glasses case, put it underneath the CRT to angle it up because he is a tall man and it is a somewhat small television.
Yeah.
The angle strat.
I'm wondering if he chose that particular case because
So
of
it
the
was so
exact
durable.
angle. Yeah, durability, angle. There's about 4 or 5
When
attributes.
he goes glasses shopping, he goes glasses
Yeah.
case shopping also.
Yeah, we live in a world of plenty now. I feel like you can go into Google and
World
start
of plenty.
typing in 5 or 6 different attributes to get the exact shape, viscosity.
It looks like they are getting set to go straight into this.
I think you'll be happy to know Nescard is.
Canada! A round of applause for Canada!
All right, guys, we're going to start over here on the side stage. In 3, 2, 1,
Tetris! So on the left we have Mark, your German qualifying winner. He got the flight and hotel covered because of his victory in Germany. It's one of the many international qualifiers that they were able to add to the schedule last year. So great to see the community grow.
I barely got lunch covered, so I was like, man, cover anything, man. Barely.
People like Mark really putting the W in the CTWC in a way that is great.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then we have David, who has appeared in the CTWC before.
And you might know him online as Divcast, so always a participant in online tournaments. So you'll see him sprinkled throughout Twitch streams, taking part in both my tournament that I do, you might have heard of, but there are also like this culture of impromptu 1v1 streams that are happening that he takes part in as well.
Impromptu battles.
Feel free to shout out where you're from.
So Mark dealing with a little bit of traffic, trying to uncover as well and get Tetris ready. David in nice shape right now, able to skim that square. And then he has to take himself out of Tetris contention as they're both running into this drought right now. Let's see how deep this goes.
We're on.
Still going in the mid-20s now. You see David able to navigate it a bit better than Mark was, but they both open up in time and boom, simul Tetris.
So nice. Dave about a Tetris ahead, but both players super clean. Another Tetris here for Dave.
Mark is a hyper tapper. He has an interesting grip. He uses his knee to kind of wedge the controller in place. His hand goes
some
over
of that
it.
into the. There we go. We'll get some of that.
Some of it.
Some of it.
Yeah, you see some players use a table, some players use their lap. He uses his knee, so he crosses his legs a certain way and kind of uses his knee as the frame.
Dave, on the other hand, just holds it like a controller.
Holds it like a controller.
Yeah, just holds it
like
like
if
a
you
normal.
pick up a controller, that's how you hold it.
Here's the controller. Like it didn't occur to him to pick it up in some odd, elaborate way, but.
Yeah, Dave did not like his left side, opts to just burn it down, start over, build up better. And boom Tetris for Mark closes the gap. Now only one Tetris difference between these two players. Mark has quite the double wide well. Starts to build up for a Tetris. There we go. Of course, now he's in another drought.
Yeah, both of them are.
Oh, and David just nowhere for that square.
Ooh, yeah.
That was risky, but he got the square.
And there it is for Dave. And maintains the lead about a little over a Tetris.
Yeah, Mark got his own square that he had no space for. It seems like a harmless piece until you realize you need a flat area to put it. And you realize how often your board is incredibly jagged. So yeah, David playing so clean right now. He's held on to this lead. Numerous droughts in this game, early droughts already.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough
Oh
to
gosh,
burn on
and
the
just
right
nothing
side.
to throw over there, and he tops out.
So he tops out at 239. Mark needs to get to just about 240. But you can see, yeah, Dave just kind of holding out a few pieces too long, waiting for that
right
long
after
bar.
I said his stack looked great.
Yeah, he had that two Mino deep gap there that was going to prevent him from burning it, so he really kind of had to.
You can't
hold
put
on.
anything to the right because it's just going to block that.
Yep, exactly. So
Mark's almost there. Sets up a
And
Tetris,
there's a
and that's
Tetris.
game one for Mark.
I haven't forgotten a single heart on my own stream. There, never apply the hearts ever.
And now Alex left to play catch up. Well, next card will top out and it'll be due to bodies. Who takes the 1-0 lead in their series?
I'll come to Jacket. We're serious now.
All right, guys, we're going to start over here again. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
Wait. Mainstream died again.
Mainstream died again?
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm assuming they know that?
I don't know. So we have Mark making faces at his game right now. Not too pleased with what developed that opening sequence.
But Dave, on the other hand, same pieces and a great-looking board here. So
I mean, the game essentially started with a drought that's now into the 30s.
Yeah, Dave finally knocks down his first Tetris.
And gets another one soon after, opens up a 2 Tetris lead.
All right, the mainstream is back.
Yeah. Well, look at that.
I'm assuming there must be just somebody whose job is to look at just that one specific location in OBS.
All right, the largest lead we've seen so far. Obviously, it's still very early. Mark already cutting into it a bit. Oh, it's a tough left side for David, and he knows it. Kind of forced into that line dependency now.
Meanwhile, Reed and Alex experiencing the same drought.
Ay.
Yeah, we're chopping it down, not waiting for a long bar and keeping it open.
And another drought right away.
That's a 32-piece drought.
When it's like a drought followed by a drought, you just don't have any time to breathe, and that's it.
Okay, so Dave tops out at 99,000. Mark needs to get to about 100,000. And all Dave can do
is sit and wait.
Exactly. That was a nice moment. Enjoyed it.
We planned that.
We did. We have a whole
routine.
All the ad libs are written out in advance.
Yeah. And almost, not yet.
No,
Not yet. Keep playing. Don't listen to the crowd.
Yeah, don't listen to the crowd.
Someone in the crowd told Mark he had it. He is not yet there.
That triple
That will do it.
And there it is.
And Mark advances into the main bracket. GG's to both players. Some brutal droughts in that one. Just right off the bat.
How do you play? You go conservative, you go all out. It's hard to tell.
Meanwhile, on the side stage, it'll be Mark moving on.
Okay, there it is.
Mark has swept Dave on the side stage. That has now
Mainstream is down again?
Oh my god.
So 57% Tetris rate. So next up on the side stage will be Frank Westfall versus Robin Mihara.
Lots of Robin Mihara fans in the house. Down here.
Poor Trey. Oh, he's talking to Sinister. Sinister.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we are right now.
But we don't have a match right now.
Yeah.
That would be so unprofessional.
No. Wow, Sinister one, epic speedrunner here.
Legend.
Yeah. Wow.
Is it raining? Or are you just prepared? Oh, okay. It's packed in here, man.
No, we're talking. This is classic Tetris 2.
Like, go to YouTube.
This is chill. Oh no, it's already on YouTube. Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah. It's already out there. We'd set all the passwords, all the key codes.
Yep.
Yes, too.
Yeah.
The deuce.
The deuce.
Hi. It's
Hi.
nice to meet you. Right, for the chaos. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it is pretty packed. I think they're going to clear out that section, so that'll help a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust, try to make him a little bit smaller here. So just bear with me.
We got Robin Mihara and Frank Westfall. Both competitors we've seen before. Robin, of course, one of the main founders of the CTWC. If you've seen the Ecstasy of Order, you've seen him in action, putting on a tournament, finding Tetris players.
50% as he approaches 100 lines.
And of course, featured prominently in a shower scene in a movie. So there's that as well. So burned into my mind.
I was going to say, do not pick the seed. Just
Unfortunate misdrops on both sides, ending the games early.
This is just practice. They're just testing control.
I
mean, it'll probably come out over stream. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
We are back and forth up top. Just the way we landed in game 3.
The player wants it. The player does.
They're just trying some controllers out right now, doing a little bit of practice.
My bad, I was.
I don't know why that's happening. Christian might know. He's on the technical crew. I don't know anything about it.
All right, guys, we're going to start over here in 3,
2, 1, Tetris! Delete the hearts for Robin.
I got it. Are on the side stage right now. Yeah, we haven't been so good with the countdown on main stage. We're letting them do their own thing.
All right, we have Robin and Frank kicking it off. Robin actually was in the running for a perfect clear, but of course, This isn't modern Tetris. He didn't have a long bar in his, hold box. Simul Tetris. Difference of 10 points right now. Now a Tetris. But for a heartbeat, there's 10 points separating these two players.
Right. If the lights went out again, who knows? The game could end there on push-down points.
And now a bit of a drought. And Frank playing nice and clean. Robin setting up some intricate tucks. Shouldn't be that hard to resolve unless the game just never gives him the right piece. Oh, he gets there. He's fine.
Never giving you the right piece was the second runner-up for the name of the game.
Yeah, but it was too many words. They went with Tetris.
Yeah, probably pretty wise. But Robin ahead here, 111 to 82,000 against Frank here.
Frank has really built out his left side.
Just to catch everybody up at home, read with a
Of course, it's kind of split up his stack a little bit in these different sections where you can't lay as many pieces flat because you have these really up and down areas.
Robin opting not to build a Tetris on one row and opting to burn it all the way down, which you can do when you have the lead.
Especially in these early rounds, as stacked as the field is, people are playing aggressively, people are maybe taking risks that they wouldn't normally take, and we're seeing more early top-outs than you might expect from these types of players.
Yeah, I mean, here in the side station, it's been all 2-0 in favor of really the top seeds.
Right. And I mean, we haven't even seen that many transition games yet.
No.
You can be sure as we progress through the rounds, we'll get more and more transitions. We'll start hitting kill screens. And look at that, Robin takes the lead back by 10 points. But then Frank knocks down a Tetris.
These 10 points, I feel like these 10 points, it's come up twice already. I feel like it's going to be consequential. We can only hope.
Going to be the ultimate difference. So Frank, a couple awkward pieces there. He's trying to get out of this.
And another Tetris from Robin to get back into contention here, basically tied. But Robin with a much better board here.
Yeah, you saw Frank shaking his head at that sequence of pieces he just got.
That's it. Louis has topped out. Schoolmaster getting an early lead.
All right, another Tetris from Robin.
Boom Tetris for Robin.
Oh, sorry, yes, boom.
Or bang.
Or bang. I have to get used to that.
You don't have to.
I do have to. Here I am. I'm
You
in
can
the
try
land of
you can try
booms.
the whoop.
And whoop.
That's
I love
a good
that.
whoop,
It's
actually.
so
I can't
cute.
do it.
I'd like to hear you try. So just one time we need to hear you.
Okay, but not right now. There's too much pressure.
There's a lot of pressure.
All right, so Frank has opened up a bit of a deficit here. Not going the way he wants it to. Robin going left side. Knocks down a left side Tetris.
Yeah. Harry Hong, first max out style. Left well. No problem.
It's still pretty early going. We're approaching 100 lines. Again, Frank has a pretty segmented board. You can see how there's just not a lot of options when these pieces come down. He could have gone for a real dirty Tetris there, but boy, is that risky at that height.
Well, looks like he's about to burn out. Oh, interesting placement here. Sets up a LJ dependency, but he is going to clear it out and get Tetris ready. So what do I know? Not much.
You know plenty.
I know a little bit. Small amount.
Robin dealing with some traffic up there. Gets a helpful long bar. That's really going to make the difference for him right now. Both players Tetris ready. Now a drought. Frank with a bit of an overshift on that square. If he can get another long bar. But of course not. This is Tetris.
So So not a huge pace here coming into the transition for either player. I mean, but still, I mean, they're super close, and maybe you just don't have to take a lot of risks.
Yikes. Uh-oh. So Frank is in a tough spot. The transition looming. He's trying to open up that well. He has one line left before the transition. And Robin transitions at 365,000 and a nice manageable stack.
Nice little sequence for Frank of pieces to open up the right side just as he transitions, and opting to burn it all the way down instead of being risky and trying to stay with a Tetris setup. Sometimes you need that little breather, like right after you get to 19, like, I'm just gonna...
You'll see a lot of even champion players kind of burn a few lines to settle into the speed increase. It can be jarring. You get so settled in on like that 18 drop speed. Sometimes you just want to take a deep breath and then start playing at this speed. So Robin has opened up the lead a little bit more. It was like 35,000 before. This is the largest lead of the game now. Robin looking really comfortable at this speed. And boom, Tetris for Robin.
Yeah, Robin looks locked in right now.
Oh no.
Oh no. Just when I say he looks locked in, but that's okay.
You can still get a piece over there, even with DAS. It's not too high yet.
Yeah, when it starts to get 6 or 7 high is when it gets dicey, and 8 is when you need a quick tap for sure.
Ooh, little Z burst there, though, is not going to help him out. And another drought.
Oh no, that long bar is
No, that long bar is too high. You see him lean back. The body language says it.
Yep.
So Frank now chasing down 85,000 points.
Yep. Needs to get to 445 in essence.
Imagine going through all of those qualifications, waiting in line all day to get those points and then getting disqualified.
Oh my god. What's a Burgerville chicken sandwich from Darth Threads? Oh my god.
What a guy.
I like this trend, by the way. If people want to just walk up to me and hand me chicken sandwiches,
you're okay with
like,
that?
I'm happy with this being a thing.
Okay.
So, thanks, Darth.
All right, so Frank chipping away at it. He has it down to 61,000.
And what were you saying earlier about it being a blessing and a curse to know that your opponent is topped out?
Yeah. He didn't get the best, sequence of pieces.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to recover from this, and I think this is...
Okay, so that's game 1 for Robin as he smiles knowingly at the camera. He just had to sit there and wait and see.
Robin has chosen to go with 15.
Ooh, 15.
Interesting.
15 start.
It's an interesting move when he won game 1 and was playing so well on 19 to opt for a 15 start.
Yeah, there are a lot of top players who would never venture below level 18 unless forced to, and sometimes their rhythm and timing can be thrown off by level 15. So, a little gamesmanship here from Robin.
Potentially. Maybe he just likes the colors.
They are, I think they're like the second best colors. Besides, of course, the old red, white, and blue. Because America.
3, 2, 1, Tetris!
Points, however, so now we're going to have to see how he's going to handle the increase in speed here.
The transition is when we came in and tried to spin and missed it just a tiny bit.
So now we see both players pressing down.
Yeah, because who wants to wait
I don't.
for a level 15 piece to come? I could eat that entire chicken sandwich by the time the piece falls.
Oh, Frank. With all this pressing down, he's actually in a bit of a pickle right now.
All he can do here is all in his hands to keep his tournament hopes alive. 48,000 points is all he needs right now.
Frank with these alternating burn shelves, these holes in his stack, different spots on different levels. You kind of just have to dig them out one at a time to go get to them. And basically a simul Tetris here on level 15.
All right, so Frank has burned it all the way down, but not before losing a little bit of pace here to Robin, who is 2 Tetrises ahead already through 20 lines. So
Yeah, so maybe the 15 start, kind of the impatience with it, the pressing down did get to Frank a little bit. Because, as you said, Robin has opened up that early lead.
Can I click on I don't know where I can.
Joey and Trey are next, so we've cloned the Trey, so we can have someone backstage as well.
Thank you, chat, for helping us out. Look at that. Who said Twitch chat is toxic? It's not, right?
So
not on Classic Tetris 2.
Okay, so Robin maintaining, and Frank once again kind of near the top of the screen. Just hoping for, oof, now he really needs something helpful almost
that
immediately.
That left side is going to be really tricky.
Okay, so he used the wrong pieces to kind of dig out of that. It was a nice fix from Frank there.
Joey is 3 and 4 all time.
You don't want to go out. I don't think anyone comes to Portland saying, I'm going to top out on 15 in a game 2. But look at this. Now set up for a Tetris, and if he can get a long bar right now, it's, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to get one.
Oh, he's going to open it back up. Keep it nice
There
and safe
it
and
is.
nice. Boom!
Wow.
Tetris for Frank.
All right, so
And that kind of high-level dig into a Tetris, that's what's going to get the crowd on your side. Boom, Tetris for Robin. And despite what just happened, Frank's stack now looking better than Robin's. Robin just kind of building one off the ground. Oof.
it looks like, well, yeah.
Kind of a bad sequence for him.
Yeah, so he's created a well for a triple. After it looks like he was going to build for a Tetris, but then decided to fill it in on the very next piece. So maybe he himself wasn't quite sure what he wanted to achieve with that, I think. But now he's going to burn all the way back down to the ground, but still has a 2 Tetris lead despite all that. So forgetting to.
All right, Frank sets up, knocks it down, cuts down that lead a little bit. And he's ready for more. Boom, Tetris for Frank. It's a half a Tetris difference now.
Is Frank from Germany? I don't think Frank is from Germany. Frank is from the United States.
He has his last name is Westphal, but I'm actually not sure. Let me see if I can find his player profile.
Well, we can ask him because he's got these giant, probably the biggest headphones I've ever seen.
Let's see.
A Google form is being consulted right now.
We are seeing an influx of young talent. Maybe it was inspiration after watching Joseph last year, but there is it's a sea of new faces that are coming in.
All right, so they are basically exactly the exact same score. Robin behind by about 10 lines, though. You know, Frank playing above in the top part of the section of the board. Pieces are going to resolve a bit faster, and so you're going to play through more pieces and lines. So Frank with about 14 line difference here, and now Frank is ahead by a Tetris and a half. But not before Robin Tetrises again.
All right, so we're 16 through 18 are the same drop speed. So we're now at the classic 18 speed. Frank is from Wisconsin, and actually says that his nickname is Riz, which is great, and what I'm going to call him from now on.
Riz. I mean, he wrote it. He can't object to that because this is his own.
It's his nickname.
Yeah, that's my nickname, Riz.
All right, so trying to dig this out. Looks like Frank's going to be able to do it. Still a really close game here.
So Robin has retaken the lead, and again, back by about 11 lines. Robin Tetris ready.
And so is
bang.
Frank. And boom, boom. You can see Frank glancing over, trying to get a sense of the game pace that Robin is putting up. It can be so confusing when you're playing and you're not sure. You feel like maybe you're not playing well, and you look over. It can almost be really reassuring look over and say, oh, I'm right there too. Like, they're also struggling with these pieces.
All right, so Frank has transitioned. He's about 309 now, and Robin 306, 5 lines away from transition.
So Frank's really cut down into this lead, but he is ahead of Robin in the game. And as we saw in the first game, Robin looking really strong on this 19 speed. But there goes Frank taking the lead.
Wow. T-spin set up for Robin, can't hit it converted.
It's such a tight window at this speed to flip a piece like that.
All right, so he's going to burn this down.
Yeah, Frank saw the risk developing there. Really smart play from Frank, unless he didn't mean to do that.
In which case, very lucky for Frank.
Nice setup. Boom Tetris for Frank. Now flipped it. He has a 31,000 point lead. Oh, an awkward bit of
Oh no, that's going to
stuff
be really
there for
tough
Frank.
for Frank.
The square is one of the few pieces you can get over at this height. You don't have to rotate it.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh, and that's going to be
seal
that.
it for Frank. Now, Robin still has to chase this down. He needs a Tetris and some change. Or maybe just about a Tetris here, level 22. And that's going to do it for Robin. And Robin is going to take this game off Frank.
And advances into the main bracket.
There it is. Give that man his heart.
What a match. I thought Frank was coming back. It's just, you can see how just staying in the game can be so crucial.
And Robin wins it.
And Robin wins it.
All right, so we have Austin and Keith coming up, which is weird because my name is Keith and I live in Austin, so this is really strange.
All right, gentlemen. All right, I shall.
The button test starts, right?
Oh, and this is Beast and Shen.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up? All right, so Keith on the right, Austin on the left. Oh, whoops. I just put Costin. That's not his name. Here we go.
Joey's at level 19. Trey is
All right, here we go.
10 lines away.
Hearts. Hearts.
Oh, hearts. Yes, hearts.
Wait, do you want to be Austin or you want to be Beast and Shen?
He wants to be Beast and Shen. All right. Yeah, he made the mistake of being Austin one time on CTM.
The fool.
And he's like, no, I'll be Beast and Shen again. All right. Oh, and the hearts, yes.
Is that really the grandpa? That's amazing. It almost fits.
Oh, let's get Dorian out of there and put my elbow in there. There it is. Let's not have that in there.
A rare sight, at least in 2019.
There it is. So Beast and Shen, of course, twitch.tv/Beast and Shen, always streaming Tetris. Comes from the Guideline Tetris world.
Chaos.
It is a bit of chaos. But yeah, Beast and Shen coming from the Guideline Tetris world, picked up classic Tetris, NES Tetris. So I'd say about a year ago is when I started seeing him start to, which so many people about a year ago started picking it up, right?
Strange.
Yeah,
a year ago. What happened a year ago?
How did that happen? And then has since become a max out player. And
all right, we're going to start over here. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
Yep. Regularly taking part in competitive 1v1 kind of pickup streams and things like that. So definitely a fixture of the online Tetris community. And Keith, I know nothing about.
I'm trying to see if I have any info on him. Not sure that I do. I'm so sorry, Keith.
The other Keith.
Yes. All right, so Keith with an early lead. Nice tugs from Keith. As soon as you see a move like that, you say, okay, they know how to play Tetris.
Joey needs
These these kind of next level solves, the ability to see the game in those different ways, like that square tuck. Really nice moves right now from Keith. You see them both in the middle of this drought. And they Tetris out of it. But Keith up about 2 Tetrises right now. Now one.
This doesn't show you can be down 100,000 points or even more and still come back. It just takes luck.
And boom, Tetris for Keith. Boom, Tetris for Shen.
Nice. Yeah, you'll see both players, it seems like, it will be doing a lot of like tucks and kind of next level tucks. The ones that really are kind of like Jonas started on his stream teaching people, oh, you can do that. And now everybody's doing it.
Yeah. It's cool how your brain can just kind of process these things and say, okay, that's possible, now you do this too.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just see the level of Tetris play that has gone up in the past couple of years with more and more people streaming and kind of sharing gameplay techniques. Keith with a little extra shift there.
Yeah, it should be easy to solve with this T-piece here that'll tuck in there and then it'll burn away the right side.
Now closer to a 1 Tetris difference between the two.
Oh, is he going to build in column 9? Looks like he's going to build in column 9, so...
Sometimes it just pushes you into something like that. And another drought for these players. Both of them not in the best position to weather it. I would say Shen's a little safer. And he comes out of it able to Tetris.
Nice.
Boom, Tetris for Beast and Shen.
And a Tetris for Keith. So Keith up by almost exactly a Tetris. But not anymore.
How quickly the numbers change. Back and forth. Really a close match right now.
Does anyone like the level 17 color scheme?
Both players playing very consistently. You see Keith with a 54% Tetris rate, especially in tournaments. It's a strong, strong percentage.
And a Tetris for Shen here, 239. So keeping pace with one another. Really, until someone gets in some sort of extended burn, you're going to see these players keep pace.
Oh, nice spin
L
from
spin.
Beast and Shen.
The crowd loves that one.
The L and the J spins are always really satisfying to watch. And this isn't modern Tetris. It is such a small window to spin that piece around.
Yeah, modern Tetris, you would be able to like get up and change channels while you still have time to do it.
You could rotate it like 16 times, pick the final spot you like, and then finally let it sit there. I'm exaggerating, but
only just.
The window here, very tight. So Keith trying to dig out this situation. He kept his damage, kind of the holes in his stack, on the same level. It lets him dig it out a lot faster.
Yeah, and he saw that long bar coming, was able to create a long bar dependency to help him burn more efficiently, but only because he saw that long bar coming.
Yeah, the next piece adjustment, that kind of foresight is really impressive.
All right, so they are keeping pace with one another.
It's neck and neck.
That's another word for it. We should start using that.
Yeah, it's catchy.
All right, another Tetris for Shen to keep
Boom.
pace.
A difference of 700 points right now. Back and forth. Oh my gosh, Tetris, Tetris, Tetris.
At 1:45 Pacific to 2 o'clock, and that's when the business
Keith just raised his Tetris rate. He was at 54% for a little bit there. He's now at 56. And same thing for Beast and Shen. He's at 51. He's up to 53.
more to sort out here before we get there. That's awfully high for level 23.
It's really impressive from both players. The consistency, the survival. We've seen them get through a few droughts, kind of come out of it with a Tetris.
Two Tetris lead for Keith there while Beast and Shen is burning, and he's trying to build get his stack ready for the 19 transition, but he might transition with a messy stack here. But, if he can get a long bar, this would help.
Uh-oh. The drought kind of headed towards the transition. You've built up high. You want to keep scoring.
Now, and that's
finally
very
comes.
nice. Into transition.
Beast and Shen transitions at 430,000. Not a bad transition score. But he's ahead in... Sorry. He's behind in scoring, as you can see, by about 2 Tetrises. Ooh, a bit of a mistake there from Keith.
Yeah, he's going to want a long bar ASAP because burning on the left is going to be super hard. Oh, no.
Oh,
this
it's just such a tough sequence of pieces right there.
There's
He
not much
can't get anything to
that's
the
gonna
left.
Be it. All right, so
he's up.
It's not over yet.
Beast and
Shen
Shen-
still needs to chase him down. Needs to get to 485.
That's it.
And
With a
there it
Tetris,
is.
that's game 1.
Gets the heart. So, all right, little. Sorry about the audio there.
Very dramatic. Game 1 with a bit of a come from behind win for Beast and Shen.
Yeah, I mean,
he was about a Tetris behind on average throughout that game.
Yeah, so not a big chase down. You know, when it's within
starting the next round over here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
When you're within a couple Tetrises to chase down, it kind of almost doesn't really matter too much. But once you get to like the 100,000 points, even though if you have a lot of runway, that's where the psychology starts to get into it.
Yeah, it's a daunting number. And honestly, just being back like 1 Tetris doesn't really get in your head as much until you're always behind with that
Right,
much.
exactly.
Then it can get a little tedious.
But you can also see sometimes players down by a Tetris,
Simul-Tetris.
getting a little bit droughted and hanging on a little bit too long to their open Tetris well and then wrecking their entire stack.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
let's not see that happen.
Okay. Alright, so Keith with a tricky left side.
Oh, likes
gets
the,
bailed out with the
J
right piece there, yeah.
I still have to hold out. Okay, that's an L. Like, I still have to hold my hands out to know what an L is.
I mean, I learned from Jonas, so I say, like Z, other Z.
The other
and
Z.
They're interchangeable to me. Great adjustment there from Keith. A bit of an early shift with the next piece, but he's okay. And Beast and Shen is just waiting on the long bar.
But so is Keith. All right, now Keith is ready.
Boom, Tetris for Beast and Shen.
And
I feel like I saw a bit of a Tetris deep breath from Beast in there. It feels like that's the only time you can breathe.
Yes.
When you knock down a Tetris. 1 deep breath and then you're back in it.
It's a good opportunity to take care of some personal. Like sometimes I need to scratch my nose. I got an itch over here. All right, Tetris coming down. Now I've got time.
All right, so Keith has taken back the lead just a bit. And opens it up a little bit more. But Beaston's about to knock down his own Tetris. Take it back down. It's a 4,000 point difference. It's anyone's game right now.
Virtual dead heat. Eyelash to eyelash, it's what they say in France, and they have all different ones in France. Every time you say neck and neck, then everyone in chat tells you the ones that they have.
All right, 6,000 point difference, still incredibly close. So Beast and Shen was blocked for that. Oh, that long bar.
I can still get out of this.
Nice decision making up high there for Beast and
Oh,
Shen. And boom,
merciful
Tetris.
Long bar. All right, Keith with the long bar dependency on the left side.
You see kind of a shrug from Keith. He's like, I don't like this.
Yeah. He started to burn it down, but creating these LJ dependencies also in so doing. But
All right, so finally gets, you see that deep breath from him. Like, okay, now I can play Tetris again. And meanwhile, Beast and Shen now up about Tetris and a half.
Yep.
Just really great burns from Keith. Using kind of all the different levels and trying to be really efficient with what he's doing.
Yeah, kind of hard for him to burn right now with that little overhang in the 9th column, but all right, gets the piece and now finally opens the well back up.
Yeah, the drought wasn't helping.
No.
Never does.
Boom, Tetris will fall.
All right, so they both
right.
get it open in time to knock down a Tetris.
We're back to about a Tetris and a third. We've gone to other fractions now for as the game progresses.
A Tetris plus, let's say.
Yeah, Tetris plus.
Simul Tetris. Extra flashy.
All right, Shen set up again. And boom,
Knocks it down.
Tetris. Feels good to say boom, you know.
And you see Beast and Shen with the higher Tetris rate, 59% Tetris rate. So out of all the lines he's burned, takes it up into the 60% range, which is considered the max out rate. It's kind of the percentage of your burned lines that have been Tetrises.
Harder to sustain on 19, though.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have to be higher than that on 18 usually, and then lower on 19 to get that max out.
All right, so Keith trying to clear out that situation. He achieves his goal. And now Shen kind of with the same situation, trying to figure out how to dig this out without getting, you know, double line dependent. Couple unfortunate pieces, but Shen does some nice elevated clears there. Really great work from Beast and Shen.
Yeah, and it's so tempting when you have a deep channel like that to just throw any piece down there so you can burn on the right. But no, he had the discipline to just keep...
the nice dirty Tetris.
Oh, there it is.
For Beast and Shen.
Yeah, he
See
had-
the big head nod. That had to feel good.
Yeah.
Very high right now. Not transition, but still flirting with fire right now, playing that high on his board. He is not getting the pieces he needs right now. He is fighting down everybody.
All right, so Beaston transitions at 459,000.
He transitions with a Tetris 452, so pretty
Such a
darn
close
close. So yeah, I don't know anything about Keith really, so it'd be interesting to see what he is able to do on 19. Now, anybody in this bracket is able to play on 19, I think, at this point.
I mean, based on his 18 play and already his 19 play, he knows what he's doing.
Sticking with us here.
Oh my gosh, just great play here from Keith.
Yeah, Shen's
such
got
a
that
brutal sequence.
And yeah, he's going to need a quick tap to get anything in there.
How is Keith getting these pieces over?
But so Shen, that's probably going to do it
Nice
for Shen
Tetris
here.
for Keith. And Keith takes game 2. We're going to game 3.
A decider. We've got a decider. Which is our first one here on Classic Tetris 2, the first ever
Our first
decider.
game 3.
You know, when you've got that thirst, there's only one thing that can quench it, and that's a decider.
That's what they say. Oh my gosh, by the end of that game, they both had a 48% Tetris rate. That was so close the whole way. You can see that bottom green and red. It shows who was in the lead. If they were green at that time and who was in the red, that's who was behind. So you can kind of see the flow of the match. And of course, the last color up there is the one that really matters.
By the way, what a magnificent mustache. Can I just say that? Is that okay for me to say?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a great mustache.
Yeah, this is like, I'm a bartender.
Oh, we got some smiles
it's
from our competitors.
$18.90.
All right, we're going to start the final round of this match. In 3,
2, 1, Tetris!
And then silence.
Simul set up for the first 3 pieces, and then they deviated. Oh my gosh. Look at this Z-burst to kick this off. That sucks.
It's like they programmed a Hatris setup into the competition cart.
2 great back-to-back cups though by Paul. Well done.
And both players looking for their first Tetris.
So Beast and Shen survived, well, initially survived it a little better. You can just tell when two players kind of immediately are in trouble like that. Just bad pieces. You can say that that is bad RNG. Beeston has recovered. He's Tetris ready. Again, all of these just uncomfortable pieces. You have to set up these overhangs, slide the pieces in. It's hard to keep your DAS when you're, constantly doing these last-second adjustments to tuck a piece in. Oh, and Keith with another kind of early shift. They're just preparing to move the next piece, and the current piece hasn't quite locked in yet. And boom! Tetris for Beast and Shen.
It's a nice square for Keith over on the left in the long bar, and this piece to burn it all the way back down to the ground. So he should be in a place where he can be comfortable and scoring again, setting up a normal Tetris stack. There's a Tetris for Shen as well. So about just under a 3 Tetris lead here for Shen, which is pretty significant, under 40 lines into the match.
Of course, there's still a lot of game, potentially, left for these two players. Theoretically. A nice clear from Keith to get ready for that long bar. Shen now ready. Oof. And then those pieces, but he kept his well open, gets the Tetris. Now it's a little bit of cleanup time.
Yeah, we'll see if he stays middle here or what he decides to do. Yeah,
looks like he's going.
Ooh, a little risky business. A little risky business.
Let's see how long he sticks with it.
Oh, just.
That's a triple.
No, he's going to burn it all the way
It's so hard to stay Tetris ready with a center well like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the early shift.
Yeah, he took a little breath. He kind of caught his breath, but in the meantime, just kind of missed a placement there. So.
Chris Brady will be. This is tomorrow, by the way. Chris Brady will be facing Joseph Saley. We've got Ben Mullen versus Matt Schoolmaster. Green Tea versus SPR.
All right, so Keith takes the lead with that one. After a kind of a rocky RNG start, the game is evened up. And we're back into what we expect from these two players. Very close match.
Yeah. I mean, this entire bracket, the skill gap has closed so much from like the best players to the
I don't know
okay
if it's a
players.
skill gap. It's like a skill pinch. It's so close,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Buko. Facing the Dudabites.
All right, so sorry, they're calling out the bracket for the top 32 tomorrow so far. All right, so Shen is ready for a party down the middle. Middle right.
Middle-ish. Middle-ish.
And the Keith gets out of that drought with a Tetris. He's opened up around a 50,000 point lead.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, this is win or go home sad.
Yeah.
So this is not an easy situation.
When you get
at
to a
all.
game 3 in a best of 3, it's suddenly the only game that matters.
Yep.
Oh, you see Shen shaking his head.
All right, so this sequence should really, I mean, these are great pieces.
These are really helping Shen out right now.
And should be Tetris ready in a few pieces.
Keith now with a 90,000 point lead. Great adjustment for that L that was coming.
And yeah, this is a little bit of an uncomfortable position for Shen because he needs to maintain the aggression, but then again, level 19 is looming.
Right.
So you can't jack up your stack
These
too
are
much.
Gosh, just a series of unfortunate pieces there
Oh,
for
that's
Keith.
a nice sequence. Oh.
He gets his well open. That's got to be a little bit of a relief. Burn it down 4 lines with a Tetris, and then you kind of resolve the issues.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Shen has made up some of this lead here, and if he just gets a J piece, should be Tetris ready, or that piece works too.
Ooh, there we go.
And there is the long bar and a Tetris for Shen, so back by 2 Tetrises. And yeah, Keith's still not with a great score-ready stack here, and he's just going to have to burn all the way to the ground before 19 comes.
Yeah, so we have the transition to level 19 at 130 lines. And it's a pretty significant speed increase, as we've seen.
All right, Keith with a center well Tetris.
Keith not loving the shape of his board.
No, this is going to be tough to manage on 19.
If you can get...
Oh no, and Shen with a misplacement. So he's got this flagpole in the middle of his stack.
Oh, the early shift again from Keith. You figure some of that just has to be competition nerves.
No, and Shen, oh no. This is going to be it for Shen, and Shen is going to top out at 338. Out. And Keith is moving on.
Keith moves on. Wow. Great games. What a match.
That was a really bad draw.
Yeah. Great games, man. Holy. I talked to Keith. I want to know where he's from. Keith, where are you from?
Vancouver, Canada. Nice to meet you.
Oh.
I see you on stream. No, I never really started this. So, okay, so the story is last year I came here as well. But the thing is, I only got my NES and CRT. Not even CRT, NES and Tetris, like 2 days party.
Shall we go countdown with the red?
So I ended up just playing like some other tournaments at the game. So
All right, ready?
Which is nice.
3,
So I practiced for a while.
2, 1, Tetris!
Tonight I would like to... I realized it's CRT.
I think that's our last match on the side station.
Oh,
so if
yeah.
you want to talk to Keith
Sure.
on stream.
Come on into the microphone.
Hi, thanks.
Thank you. Great work, by the way. So this is Keith. He's
Hi.
from Canada. And,
Vancouver, Canada.
So you've basically been playing Tetris for a year, like NES Tetris.
Yeah.
If you got the setup last year, right?
Well, the full setup was just a few months ago.
Wow.
The CRT Mon was the huge thing.
All right. And then are you DAS? Are you a tapper? Are you a little of both?
DAS mostly, and then quick tap a lot.
I was
because
seeing a lot of quick taps from you. That was nice work.
a lot of bad situations. Yeah, threw myself in those ones.
And then I was seeing some early shifts. Is that, do you think, a little bit of competition nerves? Like just the current piece was still landing and then it started moved one to the side.
Tournament nerves and, well, my hands are still shaking right now.
it's a lot. You know, you played really, really well. It was fun to watch.
Thank
you.
you.
Took out Beastenschen, who was probably a favorite out of round 0. So took it to game 3.
I got really lucky on game 0 and 3.
I think you played pretty well, and I saw some nice like elevated burns, the clears that you were able to set up and knock down. Just really, really intelligent plays. So it's very nice to watch your games, and I'm glad you're here. Did you fill out one of the player profiles?
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully they'll have that updated for tomorrow when you're in round 1.
Yes.
How fun!
We'll see if I'm still the only Canadian left. I think there's another 1 or 2.
Oh wow, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. All right, well.
Yeah, Louis went out. I think Louis.
Yeah, Louis out. Nescard is out.
Yeah, NASCAR's out.
Oh my God, you're representing Canada, man. It's all on you.
Well, I missed the one in Vancouver because I didn't know about it.
Oh no.
It was like 2 blocks away from my home too.
Shut up! It was right there.
So I only saw the video like 2 weeks after.
And you're like, what? It's right.
Wait, what? Gaming Stadium? I know this place. Oh, okay, got it.
That's brutal. Well, but you came all the way to Portland, so you're making up for it.
Yes.
And you're in the hardest bracket that's ever happened at the CTWC, and you're into the top 32.
Yeah, I
So
got
that's
really.
a pretty good first appearance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be like Joseph appearance for first place, but.
We don't know yet. Let's
We'll
see
see
how
what happens.
tomorrow goes. You know, he said he was just here to qualify. So,
Same here.
we'll see what happens. All right, well, I'll let you go. It's
Right.
great to meet you.
Thanks.
And great games.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
think that's it for the side station.
What a nice guy.
So, yeah, I think I jacked up all the scenes, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll fix all that stuff. But oh, look, she's on stream. So yeah, that's it from the side station. So what is it? What time is it tomorrow?
10. I think everyone gets here at 10. They may have been calling the first matches at 10:30. We have Gem and the Holograms returning to do the Tetris National Anthem in the morning.
Wow, that's truly outrageous.
Tetris International Anthem? What do you call that?
I mean, Tetris is kind of its own nation across.
Sure. Okay.
Transcends borders.
Okay.
And
So we'll be doing that in the morning and then kicking it off. So rounds 1 and 2, we'll be back in the side
By the way, I heard
station.
someone singing
We'll be back
Baby
here.
Shark behind me. There will be no baby shark.
And then,
And
yeah.
stuff will happen, and it'll be awesome.
It'll be
and we'll talk
nuts.
about it all year about how it changed everything. So.
Oh my God. I'm exhausted. Thanks for hanging, guys.
All right. Bye, everybody.
This is a great back and forth match.
Is there any reason it keeps? Let's just make her wave awkwardly for a couple more minutes. Bye, guys. Bye.
Super neat.
All right. Ready? Stop.